Space! The digital void. These are the voyages of the streaming channel Captain Spicy Pants. Its continuing mission: to explore strange new content, to seek out new communities and new memes, to boldly go where no streamer has gone before!
What's going on, everybody? I'm Captain Spicy Pants. Happy Monday. Yeah. Bob's got some milestones for tonight. You've been following along with our Zero to Endgame series. Well, tonight's the night that we hit tier 5 in 90% of our reputations, and that is because of one reason and one reason only, the Gamma recruit, right? But that doesn't change anything. We are still doing the grind. Things changed tonight because now we get to start unlocking some crucial gear for Bob's endgame journey. I hope you had a fantastic weekend. I know I did. Curious to know what y'all did over the weekend. I kind of had a chill weekend, but I did see the new Mortal Kombat this past week, and it was awesome. For those of you who enjoy Mortal Kombat, I know this is a Star Trek Online stream, but hey, we can talk about other things, right? So let me know your thoughts on movies or anything y'all did this weekend that was fun. But we got a grind ahead of us now. We got a new grind. It's no longer about just, farm marks and wait 20 hours for this and that. Now we got to start putting things together and start really kind of piecing Bob together over here, right? So that's what we're working on tonight. We've got another skill point. We'll take that. But here we are. So this one, which is a key reputation for us, will not be tier 5 tonight. This is the disparity between having a character on the account that has the boost to your tier 5 reputations, or to your reputations, not just tier 5. But as you can see, we're at 62,000. Let me make sure it's on the screen. There we go. 62,500, right? So in order for us, as soon as we claim these, we're at 100,000 on all of these. Those are going to be all tier 5. So it gives you an idea of the time frame it takes when you have that boost, right? So when you go from your first character to having a second or a third character, so forth, so on, right? It just gives you an idea of, like, once you unlock tier 5, how fast that goes. It doesn't change much for Discovery and the Gamma Rep. There's probably not much we're going to claim from the Gamma Rep, but other reputations is going to be huge for us tonight, because now we're going to get a bunch of dilithium vouchers that we no longer have to save up our dilithium to unlock certain items, right? And we're going to get more marks. This is kind of where we start saying, okay, this is pushing towards our final in-game build. What are we going to rep? What are we going to slot? How are we going to do it? And we're going to just give this a couple minutes, and then we'll go ahead and claim all these and start looking into it. While I wait for some people to jump in here. We do have our endeavors to do today. I have not jumped on here at all today. Usually I do them before stream, but I didn't want to do it today because of the fact that it was this is Bob's big day, and everything kind of changes a little bit. We get some much needed passives and some reputation space, active space and ground reputations, right? So we get those. That's going to help us in our journey. We're going to have new space reputations that kind of slot up and, again, kind of build towards what we're wanting to build. So now the game kind of shifts towards, we start focusing on making EC. We start focusing on donating to fleet projects. We kind of do things outside the realm of how we've been doing things, because now we got to start tying everything else together. We got to take into account, like, the reputation part was only part 1 of building for in-game. Now we got to get the other stuff. So, like I said, we'll claim all that in just a second. Wait for some of our viewers to trickle in here. And while we're waiting for that, I am going to, let me see. Should we just knock out this endeavor for the day, or the universal? Bob hit rank 20 last night after I released a video for his weekly thing, but not much we can do as far as this timing is concerned. It's only just a little bit into 20. It's fine. But we do need to do this. We got some ground ones. I kind of like these. I'm not even going to use a reroll token on any of these. I kind of like those. That's super simple. We're right here. We can do the Voth battleground. We can also do the healing on the ground. So those are 2 simple ones. Tholians. We'll just go down to Nukara. We'll knock that one out. So let's knock these out before we claim the reputation stuff. Okay, and then we'll because when we end tonight, we'll go back in here, like I've been saying about being in the Undine space zone, right? And then we'll go into that and take care of that. I think I have to do the Tholian event today as well. Yes, I do, which is also going to be the last day that we need to get the event completed. So we'll get that kit frame. Not really sure if we're going to use it. I don't know what I have on him right now. I think this is one that we bought off the exchange. It is. So we'll kind of compare and contrast and see if we do want to use it or not. But like right out the gate, it doesn't really speak to me. It doesn't. I mean, I don't know. We'll get to that point. So let's do Colonel Angus. Greetings. What's going on? How are you? Yeah, I'm trying to think. Should we do the TFO first, or should we do Operation Riposte first? Well, because the operation is a longer TFO, right? Crystalline's fast. Let's just do Crystalline, and then we'll do Operation later on after we claim our tier 5 reps and everything. We'll do that because we're gonna start slotting up the traits and everything that we want for him. So we'll play this a little bit different tonight. But like I said, I want to wait before we start claiming everything. We're all sitting right here. We're just all waiting. But I'm gonna wait a second because then when we start unlocking all the different tier 5s for Bob, it's gonna kind of put things into perspective for me. Like, what pieces do I want to claim reputation wise to kind of build from here? So yeah, exactly. Riposte is it is a long TFO. It's not my favorite of the Discovery TFOs at all, but I mean, I think everybody can universally agree on STO. It's probably Defense of Starbase 1, or at least the Pavo ground mission is pretty damn decent, right? So like, but Riposte is just very drawn out. A lot of talking in that TFO. A lot of like, okay, stop the Klingons, got it, all right, escort the shuttles, protect them, got it, you know. So it's very I don't know, I want to say it's boring, but I don't want to be that mean. I don't think it's boring. I just think it's very drawn out. That's a good way of putting it, Colonel Angus. That's a very good way of putting it. Just drawn out. Because it's not boring, right? There is action in the TFO. It's just like, can we be done with it now? That's what I think of when I'm doing it. Can I just be done? I just want to go home. Let me return to Earth space dock. We have a lot of big things coming up here in the next couple of weeks, right? We got the Rising Summer event coming around the corner. We got the Delta recruit coming around the corner for PC. I believe console, you guys just started the KDF recruit, or no, you start tomorrow after the patch. I'm pretty sure you do. So you guys have that going on. The missile phase should be shortened. I agree. It is a very long. Yeah, that, I mean, like that what they need to do is speed up the transport time if they're gonna, you know, do anything. Like, speed up the transport time, because like, what do you have to do? Rescue 9 of those transports or something to that effect? And it takes them forever to crawl across the sky, right? So I don't know why I'm not using evasive maneuvers. We have the duty officer for resetting it, so there's that. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure if they, I mean, I hope that the way that Cryptic's going right now and the way they're going back and kind of like, quote unquote, reworking past stuff, I hope they can take a look at some of the TFOs. It wouldn't be the first time that they've looked at TFOs. If you all remember back in the day, some of the, like the Borg ground TFOs that got kind of reworked and redone. But hopefully they'll go, you know, and say, okay, look, you know, it's been about 7 years since we've done this TFO. Let's fix it up a little bit. All right, which marks do we want from this one? Let's grab Dyson. Dyson is in dire need. It's not going to matter here shortly. Most of these are going to be up there in marks, but we still need them. Okay, so that knocks out our event, and I think we get to claim our event reward. We do, so there we go. Bob has completed the Tholian event. Now every day it's just going to be... Actually, I could do it again right now, and I get the 8,000 dilithium bonus. We might do that here in a second. We'll see. Let's refine our dilithium too for today, because it is that time to refine. So yeah, like I said, right now the game changes drastically for us. Now it's like we got to focus on our EC. We need to keep building our dilithium, right? We got to do a bunch of different things that we weren't solely focused on before, because before we were just building up to this point. And now that we're 15 minutes into the stream and we've got some of y'all in here, I'm going to start claiming these reputations. You're going to kind of see, like, again, Discovery and Gamma are the only two that aren't hitting tier 5, and that is literally because they do not get boosted by the Gamma recruit. Everything else does. So these guys will be slightly behind. It's fine. Not that big of a deal. There's only one one or two items I need from here anyways. Because we've already got the torpedo. We are going to do the disruptor dual beam bank, I think. Unless we get twinkling lights somehow on this character, then we'll do the phaser. It won't matter. But we'll see. We'll see about that. And then we want Lorca's console, and that unlocks at tier 5. I also think Tilly's shield would probably be good. So we need 3 items, but those can come at tier 5. We're not too worried about that right now. All right, there's going to be, all these are going to be tier 5 as soon as we just claim all this nonsense and do our upgrades, right? So they're all done. In fact, I've already got, I've already got the Terran Task Force Disruptor Array slotted up, which means as soon as I claim the tier 5 bonus, we're going to have it unlocked, and I'll show you what I mean. We should get a pop-up that says, here, have all this dilithium and stuff, right? And it's like, great, cool, I'm going to use it. There it is right there. Terran Task Force completed. So yeah, we get a bunch of dilithium, we get marks. That's gonna go right into our Terran Task Force Disruptor Beam Array, which is gonna replace one of our crafted beam arrays, so that's great. All right, let me claim all the other reputations. Oh, and our competitive war games, our impulse engines should be done. Yeah, so we're knocking out quite a few projects just tonight, which is great, but at the same time, you know. Wait a second. Am I not able to go up until I gotta finish this? I can't claim it. Oh, Rise starts next month. Indeed, yeah. What's going on, Eric? How are you? Good to see you. Yeah. I'm thinking that's what we want to, I mean, if we're going to mix beams, right? Like, I think that's what the goal is going to be, but, you know, let's just get our prevailing engines going. We've already got the disruptor going, so let's just claim this. And then that'll get these impulse engines going, right? So like I said, we're now, like, getting to that point where it's like, cool, we're slapping on some key components here. Yeah, we're going to need a lot of Phoenix upgrades, absolutely. And that's why I said now the game is kind of focusing towards... you know, building our dilithium and using that, but at least we have the reputation dilithium voucher stuff, so that's going to take care of these. I believe I slotted the correct one. Yes, this is firing mode, so that's perfect. We have the right competitive engines on, and now we're just going to kind of look at any other projects and see if we need anything else like immediately for Bob, or if we just kind of save the marks and just kind of grind our way to tier 6, because that's going to be the next kind of big milestone, is getting him to tier 6 and everything, just so he can have the rank 2s of all the space and ground stuff. But right now, this is massive for him. So Bob's happy, I'm happy, we're all happy, right? I mean, maybe we're not all happy, but hopefully y'all are. But we need a lot of Phoenix boxes. That's our next big thing, is we gotta get dilithium, build up our dilithium, and start getting some Phoenix prize packs. What would be nice, and I'm just putting this out there, like kind of like out in the universe kind of deal. It'd be nice if I did get an epic token on here, because I could at least get Domino console. That would be great. But if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen, right? But that would be awesome to have, just so we can have that. Yep, Burnham's armors for the ground game, exactly. Yeah. So, oh, I don't even know why I'm putting this up there. I don't need this right now. We got plenty of those. I'm over here like slotting up Discovery like it hit tier 5, and it did not. But we do need to slot its daily for sure. Okay, so let's just start collecting these. Wait for like all the pop-ups to come through, because the thing is no matter how many things you claim and you complete, it takes a second for all these to come through, right? Because the game is kind of a little laggy at times, I guess. There's our Task Force Disruptor Array. We got that. That's great. I don't know why I'm kind of like all over the place when it comes to slot and stuff over here. And there's our innervated engines. Sweet. That's 2 big projects completely knocked out, that we don't really have to worry about as far as focusing our in-game stuff, right? So congratulations, Bob. You are moving up the ladder. And now we have some damn good movement to us because those prevailing engines are going to be great. Every time we activate, you know, beam fire at will, scatter volley, or torpedo spread, we got some speed to us now. Okay, dailies. We're gonna just knock these dailies out, and then we're gonna take a look because we're still waiting for a couple pop-ups to come up, and they're just being very slow about coming up. I don't know, maybe we have to like zone out or something, because like I still haven't gotten the Iconian one to pop up. So we're just kind of chilling here for just a second. STO, it just works. Small indie company, guys. Small indie company. Yeah, it's gonna kill all my marks right here. And I wouldn't worry about Domino anymore. Flagship TAC console wanting. Well, so here's the thing. I'm not gonna grab this. Remember, this is the free-to-play account that is not gonna be spending Zen or anything else. It's just not gonna be the focus of this account in particular. Now, yes, I absolutely know that for the main account, but if this account is trying to grab things on a free-to-play basis, right? So grabbing the Awani would require me to have Zen or something to that effect. This is why this account will eventually be given away once it's all done, you know, all is said and done. So that I get where you're coming from, Eric. You're not wrong. It's just the reason behind that is this account will not be obtaining those items. Now, whoever ends up owning this account eventually could definitely, you know, choose those. But yeah. I mean, if we got like, yes, the Lucari console can, absolutely. Yeah. We got, man, I'm so shocked that these things have not popped up yet. I'm gonna go to DS9 real quick and turn in all these. Well, the thing is I don't think Bob's account's gonna be able to do the event campaign because we started him late into the year. And I don't think there'll be enough. There they go. Look, now they're all coming up. I knew that was gonna be the case. Okay, that one's good. That one's good. That one's good. What else popped up? Oh, look at, they're all right here. Here they go. Lucari, Task Force, Omega, Counter Command. I feel like there's like one or two maybe that didn't quite make the pop-up, but let me see. Yeah, I still haven't got competitive yet. So we're missing competitive. Gamma Discovery is not going to pop up. So we're missing competitive still. All right, we're gonna go into DS9 and still talk to what's her name still. Yeah, I just don't know if Bob's going to be able to. I'll have to look at, because his campaign progress literally started on this one. I wish I would have started this journey back at least when the KDF one started. Like, my main account will be done at the end of this event, but because when we started this challenge, I started it too late. I don't think it's going to get it. I'm almost certain it's not going to get it, because if we go to event campaign, I'm only at 700 of 4,200. I can get up to like, by the time this one ends, I think I get up to like 1,200 if I do the 50 a day or so. And it goes till the 28th, right? This one does. I think it goes till the 28th. So I think, so as long as we do, if we buckle down on Bob and do these last three, yes, we can 100% get it. We can 100% get it if we buckle down and make sure we knock out the next three events throughout the year. Bob can get it. You are correct. But those will be later purchases at that point because of the fact that we started so late. I wish I would have started here. I started on my main on no win scenarios. So I mean, I started at the first of the year, but like, it's okay. It's not a big deal. We'll get it when that happens. Don Brook, what's going on? How are you? Good to see you. Welcome. We are just wrapping things up over here with Bob's tier 5 claims, and we are going to start slotting up some reputation stuff, seeing what let's go to ops real quick. I still haven't got the competitive one to pop up. That's crazy. A constant nag message from another. Yeah, I hate them too. I hate them. Yeah, 1,200 points exactly. As long as we just, you know, keep locked in on each one and we don't miss any of them, which we're not going to. I don't even know which ones I've talked to her about, so I'm just kind of clicking them because like sometimes they come up. I'm gonna make sure they're all done. Okay, they're all good. All right, so that's done. Lucari's done. Temporal. I think I've knocked out a good portion of these. But sometimes they'll say like, oh, transmission 5 and then you're good, right? But then like you'll go back and it'll say, oh, read previous log from transmission 4. And I'm like, I thought I did. Okay, so I think we're set on that, right? And then we have to just go to the science lab at Dyson Sphere. Dark Mom Consortium, we got rated well. Welcome, Raiders. What's going on? How are you? Guys, we got rated over on Twitch. I appreciate you all coming in. Y'all scared the hell out of me there for a second, but I appreciate you being here. Nasharu, how's it going? The STO level, I appreciate it. Thank you for joining me. If you're new here to the channel and you have not been here, we are doing what they call the New Player Experience Challenge. And basically, it is starting to count from nothing. No endeavors, no reclaimables, no nothing. Starting over from the beginning, trying to get this character elite ready, free to play, everything else. Bob hit a big milestone tonight. He is tier 5 in most of his reputations. Just a little bit of backstory for me, for those of you joining me. I am a veteran player of this game for 14 years. I've taken quite a few breaks like anybody does, right? But the thing is I've come back and basically said, what is it like for a new player in this current time? And without being able to reclaim anything, without, you know, going into the Zen store, pulling out the credit card, anything like that, what is it like? And it's been a journey. So we are on week 6. And like I said, tonight, Bob is the only two he's not tier 5 in is in Gamma and Discovery, and that is because the Gamma recruit does not give bonuses to those. But otherwise, he's made some strides, so we're happy about it. But like I said, I do appreciate the raid, and y'all are more than welcome to hang out with us. We are we've only been live for about 30 minutes, and we're going to be here until midnight Eastern time tonight. We're just kind of cleaning out. We're cleaning out the mess right now, right? We're cleaning out the mess, and that mess is all the freaking pop-ups you get whenever, you know, you hit a big milestone in here. You get tier 5. Oh, so-and-so wants to talk to you. Okay, fine. I'll go talk to you. You're talking my ear off. I want to just get back to pew-pew and stuff. But, Eric says, I started the Epic Boredom account middle of last year, so was totally ready for this year. There you go. Yeah. See, that's why I said it's like, I wish, it does get tedious a little bit, Dark Bomb. Yes, it does. It does get a little bit tedious. You sit there because like I gotta remember who I've talked to, what I've done in the past, because a lot of times I'll let them build up, especially like on newer characters on my main accounts or something. I'll let them build up. I'll go, okay, I'll just go to Deep Space Nine later on, do like, you know, voice conversation 1 through 4 or whatever later on. But I guess on Bob, we've kind of been on top of it. I only had to talk to them once, so that's good. But we're still not getting our competitive pop-up has not come up. Maybe when we zone out of here, it will. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It's fine. Or maybe I'm just spacing it. Maybe I did it already. You know what? I got the prevailing engines. What am I thinking, chat? I messed up. I already got the prevailing engines. Silly me. That's okay. I know where we're going to get our marks back from. We're going to go do the crystalline event again so we can get our first. Because Bob also just tonight completed the what's the thing called? There we go. So yeah, we also now get to do this. So we're gonna go do that here in a second, and we're just making strides, people. We're making strides. Also, if you're new here to the channel, we have a challenge on this channel that we do on Monday and Tuesdays. If I die at any reason on this new player account, because I am a veteran on here for 14 years, I should know better. I should know better. I should fly better. I should pay attention. I should know when to get out of red and stupid stuff. So if I die, chat, you guys are in control of my punishments. That's right. Those are the punishments right there. I do need to change the overlay because we are on week 6. That is my fault. But regardless, ignore the week 5. If I die, y'all get to vote on what it is that I have to do because I died. That being said, we still have our very hot and spicy bean boozles, right? These are still a thing and they do burn. Don't kid yourselves. It's a good burn, but it burns. Okay. So we have those that you can vote on. I also like to keep myself fit at the same time, but you know, being fit also kind of comes with its own price. If I keep dying, I gotta do more push-ups, or I gotta do squats, or I gotta do curls. You get what I'm saying here? So it kind of it can become tedious. So yeah. I'll give you a pre-5 now. See, look at that. We got somebody over on YouTube who gave us, Don Brooks said he'll give us a pre-5 right now. That's fantastic. Thank you, Don. I do appreciate that. But again, you all will be able to vote when that happens. You vote for curls. So like I said, I haven't died yet, but it does seem to be a staple over here. And like I said, if I die, it's my fault. I should know better. That's all there is to it. Unless of course, there's a weird interaction with the crystalline entity, which I'm sure some of you are prone to, especially if you fly pets or any kind of beacons, right? So if you send out like your Delta flyers or something, that crystalline entity will like miss your pet and shoot you. We've been one-shotted a couple times. You should have pants with hot peppers or flames on them. So funny thing about that, the original channel icon used to be that, and I kind of, all right, a little bit of story time. I kind of got not banned. I got like I got a talking to because I put the spicy pepper kind of near the crotch area of the pants. Okay, like it wasn't intentional. It just like it only fit in the image that way, and so it looked like something it shouldn't have looked like, and they didn't like that very much. So I said we had to change the icon, but it was that way at one point, and now you know why it's not that way. So just be careful when you're making like images and stuff for your channels or whatnot. Don't put something there that YouTube or Twitch or somebody's gonna look at and go, oh, you probably shouldn't do that. You got yourself nuked for 150,000 ish on a cycle. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it does happen in Crystalline Catastrophe. We're gonna go run that one more time. See if we can actually make it happen. I'm gonna pull out my Delta Flyers. I don't have any pets on here, but I do have the Delta Flyers, and it should still do the same thing. But we're gonna pull it out after the first phase and see if we can get slammed by a beam. Because you know what? Why not? Why not get a first punishment in if possible? In fact, we'll even up the ante. We'll stay inside the whole red the entire time. Okay. Meanwhile, half the chicks are cleaning the kitchen on YouTube. Well, you know, hey, listen, I'm one of those that I understand it, but at the same time, I respect the hustle. If you got to do what you got to do to stream and be who you are, by all means, I get it. I'm not going to bash anybody doing what they do, whatever they're happy for. Hey, more power to them. But for me, I'm just here. I'm hanging out. I'm having a good time. And look, if my views ever got so low or something, I had to go be half naked and clean the kitchen, I'm sorry for you all. That's all I'm saying. I feel sorry for you all then. But we're not there. We're not there at that point. We're having a good time. That's all that matters. And we're gonna go try and die. That's how many people say that? I'm gonna go try and die. Is that even a thing? And I really need to set up Bob's keybinds over here. I really do. I have the file, or I have my keybind file. I just like haven't set it up over here because this is not how I would run it. But you know, we just kind of, you know, it's a little bit harder to pay attention when you're kind of streaming out things, right? So I'm full of excuses tonight. It's a Monday. That's it. It's a Monday. We say that every freaking Monday too. It's a Monday, guys. All right, here we go. Let's see. I think Bob will be fine hitting this. I'm gonna keep shooting at the. Let's see. I'm gonna keep shooting at it. Why not? I know you're supposed to stop. I know what happens if you don't, but I'm gonna keep doing it. Oh, we took a 77,000 hit. Look at that. We survived. We barely survived though. All right, let's pull out the Delta Flyers. Let's see if we get hit by that beam. Here we go. Let's do it. I could be making this up, but in Crystalline, I feel I get nuked on. I'm a bit further away on my cannon scatter belly build. I put my nose right up on the entity and don't seem to get that insta kill issue. I don't know. Look, Crystalline entity is very like as janky as it is. It's been around forever. Yes, they reworked it here recently, but doesn't mean like they perfected it at all. So I mean, it's possible. Like I'm trying to hug the entity right now. Let's see what happens if we get right up inside of its like belly right here and then, you know, take that red hit. Let's see what happens. If you go into the options window and click save UR, HUD on the bottom to save that one page saved your keybinds, the system file. It should copy. Yeah, no, I do. I have it saved. What I'm saying is I haven't set up my actual buttons on the. But you're right, Eric. Yes, absolutely. Oh, 85,000, bro. We're hanging in there. Bob he's a champ. He's a champ. He said I can do this all day. He's like Captain America over here. I was actually surprised. I thought we were gonna get nuked on that one. I was like, I'm right up in the center. But Bob was like, wait till you put my new gear on. We haven't even put the prevailing engines on or nothing. We're still doing this with the old stuff. It's fine. It doesn't matter. Bob doesn't care. He says he's in it for the 8,000 dilithium. And he's going to take his competitive marks and get out of here. All right. Peace out, Crystalline. He did it. But yes, I have it all saved. I just haven't set up the actual like keys on the client side of things. So that's the only reason. But yeah, we'll eventually get to that. Well, especially when we do finalize Bob's build and like, well, I wouldn't say finalize. I'd say get pretty close to finalizing it, and we start hitting those elite TFOs for that 100,000 DPS mark on here. Once we start doing that, keybinds are really going to become a little bit more important for me. So, is that basic UI keybinds or STO keybinds? So I do have my STO keybinds for my main account, and then I actually have my keybind text file here that I can load into it, but I have this very basic overlay tray one, and then I do have the STO keybinds UI user as well from STO Builds Discord. But basically what I do, let me pull up my window capture here. What I'm not like too concerned about, here you go. This is like literally, oh, hey guys, look, a little bit of something you can always see. Let me move this window because it's kind of locked behind my camera. I script out all my videos, just so you know, because if you notice when I'm on stream, I'm kind of fumbling all over my words. I really do have to. So there you guys go. There's a little bit of script from the last video, but I do script out all my videos. But yes, this is one of my easy tray keybinds right here. Definitely not anything special other than I bound everything to spacebar, because why wouldn't I just face roll my spacebar with some buffs and everything else? But like I said, I just need to fix that at some point, but we're not going to do it right now because it doesn't really matter at this point in time. But yeah, there is also a program that, if you aren't aware of it, that you can use for STO keybinds, and you can get that. Well, there's a couple different places you can get it, but yes. All right. Focus up, focus. Let's see. What do I have? Do I have any? I don't know if do we have any Phoenix prize tokens? We got a whole whopping 7 of them. We can at least get the prevailing engines up to like Mark 15. That'll be decent enough. Let's see. Do we use our 32,000 here and buy some? Of course we do. Why not? Because dilithium, you know, we have 281,000 in vouchers, right? So that's going to carry anything that we need for crafting purposes. So we definitely need our Phoenix prize packs, and I'm gonna see if there's anything else I want to grab from here before. I don't really think so. Yeah, I mean, like, there's minor stuff that could kind of sort of help us, but not really. I'm not too worried about it. I want the Phoenix prize. I want the crafting. What's it called? See, this is why I say I have to script. I have to script when I do my YouTube videos. Otherwise, I'd be fumbling everywhere. And even when I script them, I still mispronounce stuff. It's great. It's fun. It's fun times. Okay. We need to make sure that that's protected and that's protected, because I'm going to open a bunch of stuff, and then I'm going to sell a bunch of stuff. Did we really get 3 spec points too? Oh yeah, from completing the crystalline event. Duh. We did. That's great. Well, we might as well use them. Let's see, what's the enhanced? I mean, that's technically going to be more beneficial for us than the specialization point as of this second. I kind of think I'm going to balance it. I'm going to go like 2 of these and 1 specialization point, only because like Bob's specializations are pretty much okay for what the build that we're doing on him, right? So we're doing temporal secondary, miracle worker primary. I don't think, I mean, I even have 2 specialization points. I haven't even trained into anything, so we might as well. Let me see what we got on temporal here. That's all ground and the rest is ground. So yeah, like I said, we're gonna, you know what, we're just gonna use all 3 of them for those upgrades. There's no reason for me to actually, like, unless of course I want the tier 5 trait, I suppose I could just do that, but there's no reason for me to at this current time. We'll get the XP as we play. It doesn't matter. I think I want the upgrades only because we're tackling this again from like that free to play kind of point of view, right? So we're going to take these instead of the specialization points, which is usually blasphemy. And I would say, like, no, use the specialization points if you don't have them. But the way that we're doing this, it makes sense. And because it also makes sense the way we're doing this, I should do the Terran Task Force beam first. Yeah, we should. We don't have any way to accelerate it either. And also the other thing too that I would normally do, that I recommend for any new players or whatever to do, normally what I would do is I would wait for an upgrade weekend and upgrade everything. Yeah, we technically could fly around with all this at Mark 12 and we could still wait for that. And maybe I do want to do that. I think I might want to do that. I think that's the smart move to do. I think we do keep everything at rank 12. Or maybe we use like a small amount. See, this is a frustrating thing. I'm trying to think of like the best way to approach this. I don't know when the next upgrade weekend's going to be, but it would make sense since we're so low to actually do that. All right, Spicy, stop arguing with yourself. It doesn't make sense. Let's just do that. It doesn't matter. We're gonna do it the smart way. We do have our elite colony deflector, and now we have our prevailing engines. Alls we're missing is our Tilly's 2-piece here. And wow, that's gonna be good. And now we got our Terran Task Force disruptor. We're gonna have, we're gonna be making some moves. I love it. And that's done its job. I'm gonna salvage it. They skipped on red alerts this year for the ultimate upgrades. Yes, they have. On the PC side, now, didn't console just get done? Correct me if I'm wrong, console players, if you're on here, didn't you all just get done with the red alert event? Maybe this week or this last week? I swear you did. I could be wrong, but I feel like on PC, I don't... Well, let's see. I started playing again back in January after taking a year break. I did take a year. I took off the whole year of 2025. I was playing in 2024, but I took off the whole year of 2025. But when I started playing in January, I don't think I've seen a red alert since then. I could be wrong. I think it went no win scenario. Was there a red alert between no win scenario and the Klingon one? I could. There's this thing called Google. I could look it up, but I don't know off the top of my head. Okay. Yeah, we could definitely sell these at a vendor and get 10% more, but I'm not too concerned about it. I'm not going to get rid of that soul defense set because it's kind of special for Bob. That's what carried him through so much of this content. We just got to mark that as protected, and we'll put that in the bank or put it on a ship or whatever. Just gotta remember to do that. There we go. Oh, that's fine. The Confederate PC gets more attention than console, so y'all don't get one. Well, the thing is, I play on both platforms. So, but you might be correct on that aspect of us not getting one right now because of the fact that, like, yeah, I could see exactly where you're coming from. Like, yes, it's true that PC does, it's the bread and butter of STO. Unfortunately, I feel like console did get kind of abandoned in a lot of ways, but yeah. Oh yeah, that's true. We could put it on for visuals. You're absolutely right. I wasn't even thinking about that. We could put that on for the nice little red flames it gives. Deflector does not have visuals. Oh, okay, but the engines do, so we'll give it the visuals. There has been a lot fewer red alerts since they jacked the event campaign up to 6 segments. Yeah, well, and that's what I said. I know console just finished one. I know they did, but I don't think so. The Breen super cooled engines are my favorite visual. I do love them too. They're yeah. I like that blue purple effect that they have when you're flying. Absolutely. Which we could go do the Breen storyline to get some of that stuff, but we're not too concerned about it at the moment. Okay, we got to crack down. Okay, let's take a look at reputations here. So we've already got. Listen, let's just make this easy. Let's see. So we got we have is the simulated module, right? So we don't have to worry about that. I'm just going over reputation stuff, right? So we got the prevailing engines. We don't have to worry about that. We have our Terran Task Force Disruptor Beam Array. We don't have to worry about that. And we have our Dark Matter Quantum Torpedo. We don't have to worry about that. We do have a Colony Deflector. We don't have to worry about that. I'm going to change this Colony Deflector at some point, but it was the wrong rolls. When I grabbed it, I wasn't paying attention. I want the ones with the weapon specialization, but I grabbed the completely wrong one. But it's fine. And then we do have one generic colony console. So, and we are building this as an isomag boat because we're not going to have access to uncon and everything else. So that's fine. I don't want it on this account anyways. At least in my hands, I don't want it. So this is going to be our isomag boat with some generic consoles, and then we'll fill in some fillers here and there. They'll have Lorcas. I think what else we're going to put on here. This may or may not stay. This just came with the Noble, right? I mean, the only thing it's really boosting is the Dark Matter Quantum Torpedo, but otherwise, like, I just don't know. We might find something better for here. But I like those better when they were ice crystals. Did they change the visual on those? I don't really remember if they did or didn't. I mean, maybe. I'm trying to think back. It's been a while since I've actually used those for the visuals. Most of the time, I'll be honest with you, most of the time I'm kind of lazy and I don't do visuals. I know the end game is Space Barbie. I know that. Don't shoot me in the back yet, okay? I'm just saying, like, most of the time, most of my ships already had the visuals that A, I wanted on them, or B, I just, was doing whatever I was doing, and I just don't pay attention to what is what on there. I'm like, oh yeah, it's got this. Oh, I forgot I'm using this vanity shield or something, right? So, yeah. Reputations, right? Reputations. Okay, so let's see. What do we want to do? I don't think we need anything else for Task Force Omega, right? We're not doing a torp boat. We're not going to need the Mako stuff. We're not too concerned about the simulated stuff. I guess kinetic cutting beam wouldn't be too terrible, right? We could technically do that with weapon amplifier as a two-piece. That's not a bad move. I think we could grab the kinetic cutting beam. I think that'd be okay for our Omni on the back, or one of our Omnis maybe. I think we're gonna do that one. So let's do that. That's a decent call. You can't really go wrong with kinetic cutting beam for the most part. All right, let's look at Nukara. What do we want for Nukara? We want. We're not gonna need this. I'm not doing anything drain related. I'm not doing anything Tetrion. No need for the mines. I don't think we need anything Nukara. Yeah, I'm not too worried about that. Yes, that's correct. Yeah, exactly. So if we ever get the kinetic, perfect call, good call there, Colonel Angus. Yep. If we ever get the kinetic endeavor, kinetic cutting beam takes care of that. So definitely Romulan. It wouldn't be too bad to do. Oh, we don't even get access to the Romulan Disruptor stuff until tier 6 anyways. What am I thinking? This doesn't even matter. None of that stuff's gonna matter. None of that stuff. Yeah, we're not doing plasma unless, of course, again, like if we get wiggling lights on here somehow. I don't know. That's kind of a bit of an expensive trait for Bob right now, but maybe. Dyson proton stuff, not too concerned about it. I mean, again, we're not doing a full-on proton build. And we're not doing anything that requires a two-piece gravimetric set. Warp core, no. I think we're good on that. Counter command, we could technically grab the biomolecular disruptor turret for the back, but we don't need to. We can wait till we get the... No, I don't think we need that. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to run a turret on the back. I mean, we could, but we don't really need it. Because I'm not going to... I think we're going to do the biomolecular photon 2-piece. Well, the only torpedo that I'm thinking we're going to keep is the quantum torpedo. I could be wrong. I'm just kind of like spitballing this until we really do put together our final build, right? But like... You know, maybe it could be an option. Having those gravity wells could be pretty good. We're not doing Polaron, so we don't need to worry about that from Delta. Anything else that we need from Delta? I don't think so. Neutronic torpedo would be great for like its sheer damage, especially if we were just doing like a torp boat, but we're really not. So not too concerned about that. Iconian, let me think what do we want from Iconian, if anything. What I gotta remember what console does. Sustained radiant field would be pretty good, I think, for a free-to-play survivability, a little bit of, you know, all weapon damage. I don't think this one would be too bad to slot up for us. Actually, I'm going to slot the project. I may or may not keep it in our final build, but it wouldn't be bad for right now. So we'll definitely use Sustained Radiant Field for right now. And then we'll kind of bounce back some more ideals or not from that. The Trilithium Enhanced Turret gives all weapons haste. I'm trying to remember where was I thinking of? It's Iconian, right? Yeah, because I was waiting for this. Yeah. Like the only thing is I'm kind of cautious for two reasons. Is yes, I know we could definitely shell out like the damage, especially if we went and like I said, we got the Twinkling Lights trait and we changed up maybe like our ISO-mag consoles to being like beam or turret damage or something else. But we're just trying to tackle this from more or less, like I said, a free-to-play standpoint. So I'm very cautious about like what we're putting on. Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah. Well, we could do that mission. That's an easy mission. It's a little bit of a longer mission, but it's an easy mission. Okay, while I'm waiting for that one to finish, let me take a look at Temporal. Anything that we can think of from Temporal? We're not really worried about Chronoton. Any consoles that kind of stand out to me at the moment? Not really. Lucari, there is some good survivability in here. We're not doing Polaron, but there's a bunch of things I want to put together. There is a bunch of things I want to put together, but it's like just a matter. It's dependent on how we obtain certain things, right? If we obtain certain things and how we rework certain things, it might work out. We already got the competitive engines. I don't want competitive 2-piece because I'm gonna go with Tilly's 2-piece. So I'm not worried about that. Is there anything competitive weapon wise? We're not gonna use although if I was running mines and mine build, which we do have a mine build, I might show it off later on at the end of stream. We'll see. We have a really fun goofy mine build that somehow does 500k in elite TFOs. It's not anything special. It's just I have a lot of mine traits and stuff that on the main account is like, let me just throw this together. So we'll play around with that. Yeah. And then of course Gamma. Now I could technically get the Gamma console for doing Tour de Galaxy, and that would help us as far as speed. The ordnance accelerator right here. Oh no, that's not for speed. That's for mines. Sorry, I got mines on the brain. That's not what I was thinking. What is it from Gamma that gives us? Do I have my reputations crossed? I might have our reputations crossed. I swear there's something from Gamma that helps with Toward the Galaxy. Is it the engines? Is it the engines I'm thinking of? Maybe it's the engines. I don't know. That's exactly what I was just thinking of, Don Brook. Like I had mines on one side of the brain, and then I was like, oh yeah, if we want to get EC, we can like do Toward the Galaxy and stuff. But there is, I want to say it's the Gamma. Okay, this is Gamma Warp Core. I knew it was something in Gamma. There it is. Yes, that's it right there. The slipstream speed and the turn rate. That's it. Thank you. Y'all are 100% correct. I appreciate you guys helping me in my moment of early dementia or something. I'm not really sure what it is, but yes, the Warp Core and is a good thing that we could definitely slot up, but as we're not tier 5, I'm not too concerned with that just yet. We could farm a bunch of Gamma marks and run Swarm until our eyes bleed, I suppose. But I'm not too concerned about it yet. Gamma has this, and I think it's that's it. The Polaric Modulator from Delta Flight, which is an easy mission to do. It's a fun mission to do. You know, just fly through rings and everything. That's a fun mission. And I think it's Omega. Maybe it's the Omega engines that I'm thinking of for space, right? Is that the other one? Is this the one I'm thinking of for? Yeah, 100% recharge time on slipstream reduction. That's exactly what I was thinking of. So, you know, if we got some Borg marks here, we could definitely grab these. That would help us with doing Toward the Galaxy. So if you got the Gamma Warp Core, you got the Omega Force Hyper Impulse engines, and then you've got the console from the Polaric Modulator console from Delta Flight. Honestly, that's kind of all you need. There's like 1 or 2 other small items that you can get, but you only need like 4 or 5 items for your ship to like successfully do Toward the Galaxy. The Borg engines remove the warp speed cap. Okay, so yeah, you could do. I guess you could do the Borg engines too. Either way, like, you know. Hey, Joshua McCurry, what's going on? Good to see you. But yes, you're absolutely right. We could do either of those. But since we blew all of our Borg marks already, we got some building up to do on there. Not a big deal. That was just part of our hit in our tier 5. You know. Happy fun times, get everything together. So what did I grab? Oh, that's right. We grabbed the Sustained Radiant Field, which again, this will just kind of point us in the direction of survivability. And since I'm not using polar on damage, and this makes no sense to keep slotted there, we're going to get rid of this console and salvage it. And we'll just keep this in mind for right now. So we do have Sustained Radiant Field. So that's another rep thing knocked out. And it may or may not stay on the build. It's just kind of there for right now. I just do beta quadrant for speed's sake, 600k. Yes, that is true. Yeah, that's the other thing too. Once you have all 3 of those things, and you do like Toward the Galaxy, you really don't have to do Alpha and Gamma quadrant. If you just don't want to, you can still make 600,000 in like 5 minutes, and all you literally do is just make a Z pattern all through beta quadrant, and you're done. You know, just. That's it's really the simplistic way of getting, you know, 600,000 EC relatively quick. Adaptive Mako gives you sector speed 3. Yeah, like I said, I think all the competitive engines or whatnot are going to be just fine, you know. Oh, and we got our kinetic cutting beam. Look at that. Bob is just like moving along. So there we go. We have our kinetic. We have we've obtained a few things since he hit rank 5. Bob, you're shining. You're moving. And that's going to be great right here for weapon drain, right? I mean, for free-to-play aspect weapon drain. There's other ways to get weapon drain reduction, but from where we're at, that's great. Okay. I think we're good for right now on the rep front. I don't think there's anything like... Unless y'all can think of something in chat that needs to be like slotted up and done before we start really kind of taking Bob out and farming, right? Because like I said, if we do, in order for us to even get the Gamma Warp Core, we need marks. And I could just farm Swarm and that's fine. But I don't really... We need to do our endeavors. I don't want to dread you all through Operation Repost, so what I may end up doing, just full disclaimer, I may end up running that tomorrow on my own before stream, just because it's such a drag of a TFO. It really is. We got our ground TFOs to knock out. Oh, and we do what? Of course, none of this would be complete without actually putting in like our new active ground and space reputations, and reevaluating our space reputations here that we have not touched since tier 2. So let's just grab all the obvious ones that we want. Visual dampening field's great. That's great. Defiance is great. There we go. We'll leave concussive tachyon emission alone until we get ourselves an elite training token and everything else, so we'll worry about that at another point. Space reputation, let's see, we want the anti-time and singularity. We'll take the shield generator, we'll take the interference platform, and I think for an crap scenario we'll go with the quantum singularity. Right there, see guys, see this is it right there. This is why I have to script my videos. My brain works faster than my mouth half the time. It's awesome. Ponder Man, what's going on? Good to see you. You want to see me do? Wait, what do you want? What? Yeah, Romulan engines give boost. So yeah, but I went with prevailing engines for obvious speed purposes, and they also give crit severity and crit chance. Sorry, that's the colony deflector. My bad. I went with this because of obvious reasons for speed and everything. So yes. 60 watts ground can be a pain if you do endeavors on reset. Yeah, that's why I let them build for the whole day. We're gonna go try and find an empty instance. We should be able to, or at least a relatively small instance in Dyson Sphere, right? So we'll go see if we can't find a light instance, because 60 watts on the ground, yeah, especially after reset, right? If you have full instances, everybody's running that ground battleground, you're kind of, well, you're at the mercy of everything. But we should be okay. We're gonna go ground battle zone. Boop. Yeah, let's go. Let's go find 60 watts, get some ground healing, and then Nukara for the Tholians. We're done with that. Nashara prefers competitive engine. I think, look, it depends on your build, right? It really does. It all depends on your build. It depends on how you're making whatever character you're making, what you're trying to perform with it. My KDF character, for instance, doesn't run any of that stuff because of the fact that it's a torp boat and I run 2-piece Mako for the torpedo damage, right? So it really does depend on your build. And what am I doing, like, running out here? I didn't even check the instances. We'll go to the 7-player instance versus the 12. Because it might be a little rough, but it does depend. It really does. And again, you should build for whatever way you want to build. First off, like just and then find what works for your build. Don't ever take like, come on Bob, get a little bit of speed, put some pep in your step. You got a freaking tribble that does it for you. Yeah, okay, see, that's not too bad. We can just kind of farm around here. These respawn pretty decent, so we'll take care of these, and then we'll go ahead and do, let me see, there's only 20 Tholians? Okay, it's not bad. But yeah, we'll be okay here. Check the red zones. Yeah, exactly. That's why I said, like, this area is not too bad. I like this one. I like coming through here, and I like going through the consoles where they have to activate the little, I don't know the exact names of everything off the top of my head, but yeah. Surgical strikes, I sometimes use the Romulan engines. Absolutely, yeah, especially if you're trying to stack like a lot of crit chance and severity with like surgical strikes. Yeah, that definitely makes sense. You especially if you run like a colony deflector and then you stack those Romulan engines, right? Like, I get that 100%. Surgical strikes is definitely based around crit severity and whatnot. So again, it's all dependent on your build, and how you want to build it. I don't think, that's the thing I love about this game. I really do. As much as I feel like as easy as it is for some people to be upset by things in this game, and I'm not saying that they're wrong for being upset. I never want to take that away from anybody. But I think of all the complaints that people could have about this game, one of the biggest beauties of this game is you can build whatever you want to your heart's desire. Now, does that mean it's going to work the best and be like perfect and meta and everything else? Maybe, maybe not. But at the end of the day, it's your build. You can do whatever the hell you want with it. So, surgical strikes is pretty potent on new players without crit. Absolutely, yeah. It most definitely is. The good thing is nowadays, you know, with the introduction of different like duty officers that provide crit, like when firing energy weapons and stuff like that, it's a little bit easier to obtain those crit values than it was before. But still, surgical strikes definitely has, you know, its uses for sure. Like I do like surgical strikes. I actually use it on my vengeance every so often. I kind of get bored of the whole fire at will builds or the beam overload build, so I'll just kind of switch over to surgical strikes because I'm just like, oh, I haven't ran this in a minute, like let me go play around with this. So it is still fun. It's a lot of fun. We're just kind of let me go see if this other one down here is going to be up. Ooh, nope, somebody's already over here. Maybe they're just farming over here. I like to do whatever I find fun. Sometimes it's meta, but usually not. Yeah, exactly. And honestly, I've done the meta route. I think a lot of people have and do the meta route. It makes sense to do it at some point or another, right? It just makes sense. You go through, you put together a build, whether you saw it here, whether you saw it on Spencer or Nick's stream or something. You go and put together a meta build. You have fun. You blow up the whole world. And then you did it. Okay, congratulations. You put your high numbers together, but go build something fun too. And I think that's kind of why I want to play around with the mine build later on, is because like, how many of y'all see mines running around now? Like it's just not a thing anymore. Mines don't really, well, mines have never really been a thing. They just don't perform as well as beams, but like they're still fun. I like dropping a bunch of mines and then watching everything go boom, you know? Or, you know, how many, I mean, even like science is starting to lose its kind of niche, right? Because of the fact that like now Uncon and Voven and everything else is kind of taking over science, but I still love science. Like I will always fly an EPG build like any chance I can. But I like things that are, to me, more fun than they are more, okay, I can blow up things with unnecessary amounts of damage that the game doesn't even require you to blow it up, because like that's cool that you can do it. But there's nothing in the game that needs you to do 1 million DPS. There's just, it doesn't exist. Or 2 million DPS or 3, whatever. I think the highest I've seen, and not even from myself, the highest threshold I've done on myself is 1.5 million. That's it. I've never gone beyond 1.5. I just don't care to. It's just not who I'm not a DPS chaser. But I've seen people in TFOs hit 4 million at some points. I'm like, oh my goodness, like go you. Like I'm happy for you. I think that's fantastic. But there's nothing in the game that requires you to do 4 million DPS. This is the area I was talking about. I like this area. Meta can get out of hand as to, it's like everyone is waiting for content to, yes, exactly it. And that's why I say, like, I think I encourage more or less people to build stuff that they find fun than find what is currently in the meta, because you're going to find that one of two things is going to happen. You're going to go blow up everything in elite TFOs so fast that it ends so fast, and you go, okay, what do I do now? What am I supposed to do? I've already beaten everything. That's kind of where we're all at for the most part. Yes, we all have probably beaten the hell out of this game for the most part, but like, what do you do at that point? Well, then go challenge yourself. Go make something else work. Go try something that's not common. Go make a missile build. Go make a mine build. Go make a drain build. I don't know how drain would perform at this current point. I don't think there's any reason for a drain build, but go do it. Go do it because it's fun, like you're supposed to. You're obtaining all these items in game, like go do it. You know? So that's just my outlook on it, my rant on it, I should say. And I encourage anybody, build whatever you want. Come up with some crazy build. Make a hybrid build that doesn't exist yet. I don't know. I don't know what kind of hybrid builds there would be, but make something. I'm sure there's enough all damage in the game, right, with consoles and stuff, that you could probably come up with something crazy and neat, but use that creativity. What are we at? We're at 30. We're halfway there. We're halfway there. And we're not even competing with nobody in here. We're just halfway there. We should, you know what? We're going to start this sequence. That's what I was supposed to do. I was supposed to start the sequence so we could actually get some bots to come in. Because what they do is they spawn in and try and stop the what's it called thingy, right? And I wasn't doing it because I'm rambling on. Okay, you little swarmer. Why can't I target that? Yo, what the heck? That thing is bugged. I cannot target it. I can't shoot it. Okay. It's fine. We'll just reflect damage. It should die. This is honestly, this is usually why I run the endeavors before I jump on stream, is because like this is like, it doesn't matter what the endeavor is on a free to play account. It's a little bit more tedious. Like I don't have a bunch of weapons, right? Like now granted the ground stuff isn't too bad, but like a lot of time I just sit here and I run this stuff because I'm like, I ain't trying to bore you all. I really am not. Like I'll talk your ear off. I have no problem doing that. I'm just not trying to bore you all doing endeavors all night long. Yes, VOD War is much easier, especially you just go down to Kabali Prime, right? You just run around and do one circle in one area. 100%. I much rather do VOD War dailies than Voth or whatever. No, and the only one's not bad either, because like on Nukara is such a small area, right? Like you can definitely do Nukara really quick. It's just this one is such a menace. But like I said, as long as we activate the consoles, it'll keep them spawning all the way up until the end. It's just these damn swarmers that I gotta deal with that don't count towards them. Oh my goodness, I can't shoot this swarmer. Oh, now he finally lets me shoot him. Okay, he's got a weird hitbox because like it's like when he's above the beam, like just slightly. Yeah, it doesn't work so well. I'm trying to think what else. I do have a video for y'all, well, rather for newer players on Thursday. It will come out this Thursday. I've actually been working on it for about 2.5 weeks now. And a lot of it has been kind of stuff that we've gone over here on stream. But if you're curious about what it's going to be about, it's basically going to be like, you know, 10 tips from me as a veteran player that I wish I knew back then that I didn't know, that I know now. And a lot of these things is stuff that we brought up here on stream that I am actually shocked that some of y'all did not know about. Now, obviously, people who've been playing for a while did, but we discovered one last week that about 4 people did not know, and that is how to move dilithium from one character to another. So that's going to be covered in that video. And then we've talk about ways to get expertise, like really fast passive expertise and stuff, especially when you log off for the night. So that's going to be on that video. Just like a couple things that I honestly, I think it's just like kind of a blessing doing this kind of stuff, because I realize how much information that Cryptic just doesn't tell players, just doesn't tell them, you know, because like it's just not in the game anywhere. It doesn't tell you to use the dilithium exchange to move dilithium around. It doesn't tell you to like you know, salvage items early on or whatever, so that you have to re-roll your items later, right? Like it's kind of weird. I mean, and it's just stuff that you either figure out for yourself, or like somebody in a fleet or something, or somebody in the chat or whatever says, oh yeah, make sure you pick up all this stuff so you can salvage it or whatever, right? Like, it's just kind of weird. And I sat there and I thought about it. I was like, wow, there's a lot of things that this game really doesn't tell you. Can you move dilithium from one account to another? No, unfortunately you cannot do that. That would be kind of cool if you could, but no, you can't move. Dilithium's tied to one account and one account only. Oh, Bob might die here. Yo, you guys, it only took an hour and 15 minutes and Bob has finally died. That means y'all get to vote for the death again, nor the week 5, but y'all get to vote. I think we had one person give me a free pass and somebody gave me a 4. So we have one for 5 and one for 4. But yeah, damn, it actually happened. The cancel could be dangerous if you have all dilithium offers filled. It can be indeed. Yeah, especially if you're waiting to transfer it to Zen. If you are waiting to transfer it to Zen and then you go and hit cancel, mind you, to transfer it to Zen, it will take I think right now it's about a month and a half to 2 months to get you that Zen, so it does take a little bit of time. Jericho is here. We got a 1. We got 1 from Epoch. Jericho logged in just in time to vote, so we have a 1, a 4, and a 5. You guys have until I finish my daily here, which I'm very close to. Missy, we got another 1. Bonderman says walk on Legos. Ah, man. Am I gonna have to buy Legos now? Is that gonna be a thing? Y'all really... We're gonna find creative and torturous ways for me to, like, not die? Is that what it's gonna happen? It looks like 1 is becoming more and more popular. I'm sure they don't have a confirmation to cancel on purpose. Yeah, I'm sure there's a from the aspect of, like, since you're playing it free to play kind of deal, you're trying to get Zen that way. Oh, you hit cancel, sucks. You got to bust out the credit card. Like, I'm sure that's what it is. And again, I'm not, being mean about it or anything. I'm just saying that might be the thought process behind it. For harvest ground materials, do second wave in the last dominion arc. Do 2 nodes you can grab as soon as you beam in. Yeah, that's a good one too. Well, the nice thing is during first contact day event, anytime that the ground one came up, if you went and just grabbed a couple things from the junk piles and then you rebuilt your rocket right at the end there, you would get them done really quick. But now, first contact day is gone, so we don't get to do that. All right, looks like it's gonna be a number 1 because we are finished with our endeavor. Y'all get the spicy bean. The spicy bean. I can't believe it. Our first death happened on the ground. That's great. That's great. Spicy bean time. All right. We know that the little flipper thing don't work, but we do know if I reach in here and I don't see what it is, I can pick a random one, and that's what I get. I'll mix it up a little bit, and it's going to be... What the hell flavor is this one? It looks like it's a red one. Let me see. What do we got here? That is a... Oh my god, is that a... This might be sriracha. We're going to find out. This might be sriracha. Here we go. Oh, dude, that's so nasty. That's the nastiest. It's like, I don't mind. Ooh, I don't mind the hot. But if I'm going to eat something hot, I don't want it to be jelly. It's like, ugh. Well, yeah, that's sriracha. Oh, God. Got a good burn. All right. I deserved it. All right. We're going to go to Nukara. Oh. That is horrible. That aftertaste is horrible. Ground scan, sphere of influence, scan 2, beam up, beam back, and scan 2 more till done. Yep. Yeah, there's a lot of little neat things, and I think in Thursday's video I'm gonna include an old spreadsheet on quick endeavors for anybody who wants them. No, it's not, and that's the thing. It's not. It wouldn't be bad if it was just the pepper itself. I could probably get through just the pepper itself, but because it's like a jelly, gummy bean, whatever you want to call it, because it's that, it doesn't mesh well. It's kind of like when you think you have a craving for something, and then you go and get that craving for something. I don't know. Let's say you have a caramel craving, right? And you're like, ooh, I'm gonna go get me a caramel chocolate, right? But you're looking at the store and they don't have caramel chocolate, but they have like caramel flavored meat. Okay, let's just say they have that. They have caramel flavored meat, and you're like, I mean, I still want the caramel, but is it gonna be good on me? I don't know. I mean, I guess I'll try it. And then you take a bite out of it and you're like, oh, it's kind of sweet, but like, it's kind of meaty. I don't know if this works well. And that's kind of what these are. It's like, oh, I like the spiciness. I like the hotness to it. But does it work well with the jelly bean? I don't know. I don't think so. Let me pull up my missions. We're going to go and transwarp to Do I have one saved already? I usually keep them up here. Yep, time in a bottle. Show. Well, there's another thing that we're going to be covering in that video is using the transwarp system to get from place to place a lot quicker than using your actual transwarps. There's a lot of people that don't know about that. You can select great many missions, and I have an entire map that we'll be including for it, but there's an entire map of every mission that's close to every point. So if you're looking to do like your Nukara dailies, right, or something like that. So candied salmon is better than regular. I'll be honest with you, I don't think I've ever had candied salmon. I do like salmon to a certain extent. I've never had it, so I will have to keep that in mind. I will come back to you on that one, Epoch. If it doesn't come out as good as you say, no, I'm just kidding. I haven't tried candied salmon. Okay, so there we go. We'll come down here, but yes, I'm actually surprised at so much stuff that I guess isn't put in front of your face in this game that we typically don't think twice about. We're like, okay, we got to go do this. Okay, I'll just transwarp over here. But at what point in this game does it say use the mission? I mean, like, if you put 2 and 2 together, say you're smarter than me, right? And I'm talking 14 years ago. You're smarter than me. Actually, I don't even think we had mission transwarps 14 years ago. We might have, but I don't know if we did or didn't. But let's just say that was the case. Would you have put 2 and 2 together at that point early on and said, I could use this mission as a free transwarp to go back and forth? Because it doesn't explicitly tell you that in the game, right? Unless you just sit there and go, oh, wait a second. I transwarped. I was close over here to Nukara. I can do that again. That's the only way you're going to put that one together. So maybe think of bacon with brown sugar and maple syrup, except this is delicious. Bake at 400 for about 20 minutes. And y'all are making me hungry over here. And I already ate, and I'm already having dessert with like gross ass jelly beans. You know what the worst thing is about being a tactical officer that does not have any kind of like real healing other than like a kit module and something else? I can't go stand in the pools indefinitely over here. Like, that's the worst thing, because we still have to get the heal health ground, and like any other like character or kit module or something, I could definitely do it. We don't get any healing from there. I think we get one from nope. Oh my gosh, do I not have one that will heal me? I do have our ground stuff we just picked up. I just haven't put it on here, so that will definitely help. We can put Defiance on. That'll give us some healing, and our medical nanite cloud, but I really don't have anything else, I don't think. I think it's just passive whatever, right? Because like strike team, attack initiative, target offense. Yeah, this is bad. That's fine. We'll get our healing done. We'll get some of this like kind of passively healed. We'll just gotta stand here for a minute, and then we'll like, of course, we'll heal this way, but we'll get it. It just takes a second. It takes a little bit longer than if I was like on my science officer and engineer and I had more healing stuff available, but we'll still get it. I don't even know if we have hypos on here. I mean, I'm sure we do. Oh, no, Bob. No. We're not ready to die just yet. We were almost gonna die. I wasn't paying attention. See, this is why I said I'm used to playing on my main characters, right? And then like I jump over here and I just like, oh, it's fine. I can stand there. I can handle this. And I'm wrong. I'm 100% wrong. And I almost die, and you almost get something else. Tac tunes are the worst. Yes, they are. And that's why I said it's like you gotta do these a little bit differently. Like, I can definitely knock that one out. There's a 300 heal, but then I gotta wait 4 minutes for these. So then I gotta wait for like my little passive heals here and there. Activate like little things. Like, it just kind of sucks. And again, I could get kit modules that would definitely help me like heal, but I just don't have them on here because it's just not an option for Bob right now. But yeah, we're almost there. I guess we should be shooting some freaking Tholians while we're at it. We really should be, and we're not. Because because we gotta wait for our stuff to rebuild anyway, so we can get the rest of our healing done, right? So we might as well just shoot some Tholians in the process. Put our gateway up there, shoot some over here. Vault engineer for the way brutal hill. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like engineers and science officers, man. They can just, I mean, everything, vascular regenerators, everything for engineers. Like they're designed for survivability, whereas TAC is designed for offensive, right? Like in the grand scheme of things, now every single class can do what the other class does, plus or minus a few, you know, traits and whatnot. But every class can perform just as well as the other one. It just depends on how you build it. In the case of where we're at, we're kind of like we're the definition of a true TAC. Like we don't have anything that heals us. Everything we have is offensive, and it is what it is. And it's not even good offensive at that. I don't know. I gotta check. I might have hypos. I think I don't know what we have. No. Well, I bet you they might be on some duty officers or bridge officers. Let's see. Nope. Just kidding. I don't. Oh, we got some. We're gonna steal some from you. We're gonna steal whatever. I only have 3, and you're injured. All right, we're gonna take off this flashlight. I'm just kidding. We're in combat. Wait, where did all these Tholians come from? Hello. Hey, how did we pull an entire army? I'm so confused. Oh my god, we're gonna die again. How did we pull all of them? Wait. This doesn't make sense. No, that's not right. Ah, Bob, no! Damn it! How did we do that? There you guys go. You get another one. Yay! I was in my inventory. I don't understand what happened there. We pulled the whole damn world with nothing. Yeah, we will. Dude, that's crazy. I can't believe we just stood there, like, weren't even fighting nothing, and then, like, it just got us. Bob's presence on Nukara just pulled everything. That's exactly what happened. All right, let me lose some health here, and then we'll bust out these hypos, and then we'll use the replicator too. I didn't expect that on Nukara either. Like, I honestly did not think that was going to happen. There we go. We got one little bit of healing. No, like, I'm never standing around, to be fair, on Nukara. Like, I go through, kill the Tholians, and get out, right? So, like, it was probably, yeah, I forget they can do that. I forgot they could do that. Like I said, most of the time, again, you know, you take a lot of things for granted. First off, like you when you're on your main accounts and stuff, I have so much like AoE bull crap that I can just drop. It doesn't matter. You know, ball lightnings, obelisk sentries, whatever. I can just drop it all. It doesn't matter. I can kill everything and I don't think about it. When I'm over here and I'm actually like trying to do endeavors or focus on something, now I'm dying because I'm not paying attention. Looks like we're gonna have a bunch of 2s. I think we're going to get 2s on this one. I'm going to finish this endeavor because I'm going to be able to knock it out with this hypo and these 2 heals. I think I should be able to. We're going to lose a little bit more life, and then we'll do the push-ups. So it looks like I'm going to get some push-ups in. Yeah, boy. Good. I didn't stack all that protein tonight for nothing. All right, we're going to hit this hypo. That's 200 heal, and then we're going to go back in, and then we're going to let this medical nanite cloud get some. We might have to use one more hypo. It's fine. It's okay. We're gonna go do some push-ups. Okay, and then pop this or not. It's not off cooldown. Crap. I thought it was. I wasn't paying attention to the number. All right, let me lose my immunity shield. Take a little bit more damage. Actually, if I can take enough damage and not die, I can pop that. Come back in here, and then hit this hypo, and then our health should be done. And then we're done with our endeavors. We're not gonna do riposte at all. And you freaking workers, stay away from me. Oh, it wasn't enough. We're off by 60. Oh no. Well, we can still pop this. We just have to get lower, but we can still pop this. So we'll actually get it. It'll give us a 25 health every. There we go. And that's gonna do it right there. There we go. Okay, endeavors are done. I owe you all some push-ups now. Damn. You know what? I better leave Nukara before I go do push-ups. Y'all might get some like unexpected. Yeah. You know what? I know better. I'm not standing around anymore. You might get a freebie if I did. All right, let me see. Let's go do some push-ups, and then we'll go and figure out what we're doing next. Now we got endeavors done. Tier 5 reps are done. Hour and a half in, we're cruising along. We got 2 deaths. Let's go do this. Where's the pupper dog at? We gotta make sure we don't run over the pupper dog. Boop, boop. Oh, you're over there? You hiding? Okay. Oh, and I wore this shirt for tonight's stream. That's right. I'm in the fitness. I'm in the fitness pumpkin pie in my mouth. It's my Thanksgiving shirt, but you know, it still works. All right, here we go. We got 10 push-ups to go and do. Let's do them. And begin. And a 1, and a 2, and a 3, and a 4, and a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right. Damn it. Damn it, Bob. Stop dying. We are successfully knocking out our challenges. 1 push-up at a time. Okay. All right. What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? Endeavors are done. Reputation is done. We do need... Ooh. That's a quarter specialization point. That might give me... That might level me. It sure did. And we just finished an XP event, so we're not getting one anytime soon. So, you know, might as well use it. Well, we're about wrapped up here on a miracle worker. All right, so what do we want to do? Do we want to do TFOs? Advanced elite. What should we focus on? That's the question now. Like everything changed, and I don't know what to really. I don't know what I really want to build for. I need gamma marks. I think we did. I think we should focus on EC, and we need to build for. We need to build for Tour of the Galaxy, so that I can do that and make EC every day, at least like a minimal of 600,000 a day. Because we got to buy stuff. So we need gamma marks and we need omega marks. Technically, I think we'd be okay farming like ISE, right? Because like every elite player goes into ISE. Gotta eat that pumpkin pie to get a bigger cake. Absolutely. I think of the best, because what gamma also, how many gamma Qs are there? There's a swarm, right? Like, is there? What am I looking at there? We can do that mission. We can do both the missions, actually. We can do the Nexus one. We can do. Let me see. How many things are there for gamma? There's just swarm across all of them. It is. It's just swarm. Boo. That's gonna be a fun grind. I feel like we could actually probably do Swarm Elite. Yeah, I think we can do Swarm Elite. I think we'd be okay with it because it's really not as big of a DPS chase on this one. I mean, if you just protect your lanes and stuff, it's not that bad. And I think Bob should be okay. But we'll find out. We'll see. We'll try it on the Elite. And then we'll do... Because we got to get... This is what we need. This is our next breakdown. This is what Bob needs. And he only needs this to make money. He doesn't need this for any other reasons. Can you use your gamma recruit for EC to the fleet project essentially for a huge amount of fleet dilithium, cell DOS, etc.? Well, that's the thing, right? I'm not touching the gamma recruit for that reason, is because I don't want to give it the leg up on this character. Only for that simple fact that, like, if I use alts, I would also just make dilithium farmers at that point, and then that would just, like, let me have X amount of, you know, Phoenix upgrade tokens and everything. So I'm like, yeah, I get where you're saying, like, do the fleet projects, sell duty officers, make EC. Like, I do understand that. I just don't think that's going to be the appropriate route to take with this account, even though that would be the smart route to do. And technically we could kind of sort of do that with this character. We'd either have to join a different fleet or something, because this one doesn't really do a whole lot of those projects. And our armada is, like, it's okay. I donate stuff to it here and there, but, like, we've already bought the colony deflector and a console, so I'd have to, like, rebuild. So yeah, it's a virtue, and sometimes it's a virtue that kind of bites, because when you know that you can do exactly what you're talking about, like, the easier route would be to absolutely just use alts to make your grind that much faster, which, again, any new player whatsoever should absolutely do that. I'm also putting myself in that mindset of how many new players would know to do that, unless they, of course, went searching for that information, right? Because nothing in the game explicitly tells you roll multiple alts, farm dilithium, donate to the fleet projects, make a bunch of, you know, fleet credits, buy a bunch of duty officers, sell them on the exchange, make millions of EC, etc., etc. Like, and unfortunately, there's just nothing like that that's, like, put out there for the most part. Unless you're, like, looking through different YouTube channels or different forum posts, or you're looking at knowledgeable people inside your armada or fleet, but, like, there's nothing that just says it explicitly to a new player. And that's the unfortunate thing, is, like, I am having to tackle all this from that mindset of going, okay, me as a new player probably wouldn't know this right away. But this might not be our only new player challenge. I do have a new challenge that I want to present to you all at some point. I just don't want to put it out there because I don't know. I don't have all of everything fine-tuned, but I think when we're done with Bob, I've got a new challenge. And it's not necessarily new. I think it's new to STO. I could be wrong. I don't know if anybody's done it on STO. And if they have, please correct me. But I think we're going to do a version of a STO hardcore challenge after Bob is completed. And I'm saying this first here on my channel just because of the fact that, like, I can say if anybody else does it after this, I'd be like, hey, I'm the one who presented it. No, but we're gonna do a STO hardcore challenge, and basically what that's gonna consist of is going from 1 to 65 without dying. And if you die, you gotta delete your character and do it again. After you hit 65, you have to get elite ready. You can do elite ready to whatever extent makes sense for you to do, but if you die, you have to delete that character. And once you're elite ready, then you have to do, like, I don't know, 5 or 10 TFOs without dying. And if you die, you got to delete that character and start again. And basically it's just like kind of like introducing like a Dark Souls challenge to Star Trek Online and doing it on a completely brand new account again. So that would be like account number 4 at that point, I think. Oh god, we're gonna die here. So that, I think that's gonna be our very next, like, challenge that we do after we're done with Bob. And I don't have a time frame for it, so don't say like, oh, where's that coming? Because I don't know. But it's kind of like, yeah, we're gonna need a big cemetery. But I want to see basically if I could pull it off with, again, you know, integrity and everything. But the thing is, it will be a different challenge this time. It'll only be done on stream. It will not be done off stream, because if I play off stream, I could just be like, yeah, I didn't die, and I edited a video or something, right? And so, like, I don't want that to be the case. What I want to do is make this challenge strictly on stream, live in front of everybody, and see how we do. And it does sound it's funny. So I presented that to my girlfriend. I said, hey, I got an idea for this, right? And she's like, that was the very exact sentiment she said. She's like, do you just like torturing yourself? And I'm like, yeah, maybe. I don't know. Would you like your courses? You know what? Put them on Ryza just so that I can see everybody from afar at the beach enjoying their lives, and I can be in misery, dead. Like, just that sounds great. Bury me off on a far island, like that. I'm not gonna be. It's not gonna be weird for people on Ryza. Like, but at the same time, like that to me just seems like the most fitting place. Oh, we're not even gonna go play it. We're just gonna jettison them into space. Okay, that's fair too. We can definitely do that. We could just, you know what, there's gonna be a lot of dead bodies at that point. So like I said, I don't know if anybody's done something like that or similar to that. I kind of just thought about it as far as like I've seen other games do it, and I was like, you know, I wonder how that would work in STO. And I basically was like, I want to give it a shot. I really do. I want to take the time to see if I can make a character 1 to 65. And here's the thing, right? We can't passive level them because it's going to be done on stream, right? I can't just sit there and slot up a bunch of assignments and say, okay guys, I made it to 65 and I'm fine. No, like this is going to consist of doing patrols and like TFOs and whatever ways that we find while we're live on stream to do that. And then like, you know, once it happens, and you know, we'll go from there. We'll see how many characters that I end up losing, and how many characters I successfully make it through. Maybe we'll come up with like a new form of kind of like punishments for every time a character dies or whatever. More than just like eat a spicy meat or something. You know, go rethink your life choices or something. I don't know. But yeah, that was kind of my mindset, was to introduce something else that is different than the norm, right? And let's see what we can do. So that's going to be next after Bob's challenge is done, and then we'll come up with something else after that. You know, I love this game. I do. I love the freedom that this game gives me as far as build ships, have fun, do whatever. So I try to find things like that I can incorporate with them. I know some streamers, I've actually been there when I think it was Nick or somebody who did like an engineer only challenge where like all their bridge officers were engineers and whatnot. Like they had to fly a ship with universal seating and make it perform using only engineer bridge officers, which I thought was really freaking cool. But stuff like that's kind of stuff I want to kind of more or less focus on throughout the channel while, you know, hanging out and having a good time with y'all. But like kind of want to just focus on like the odd aspects of the game that you can do. This jellyfish definitely helps us on this run for sure. It really does. Like we're getting a little bit of healing for sure, extra damage. But now look we're able to actually do some stuff. It makes me happy. If you look over the starboard side, you'll see Corpse Island. We don't go there. Yeah, exactly. When all is said and done at the end of that challenge, we'll design some kind of image, some kind of PNG or something with like all the bodies. I will go through each time we die. I'll look at the VODs or something. I'll take a body and I'll put it on this PNG image. Like, I don't know. We'll come up with something creative with it, and we'll see like an image of like a Jupiter carrier flying by, and you just see a whole bunch of dead bodies out in space. What happened here? Oh, it's the hardcore challenge. Sorry if you already answered this. Are you going to get a Delta recruit? So any recruits that come out during the time that we have Bob as building this character as our foster home, I should say, any recruits that come out, absolutely, they will be put on this account. They won't be used only up till they get the transponder. The reason that is because whenever this account is given away, whoever owns this account, one, if it is, and my hope is it goes to somebody who's either interested in STO or has never played it, or maybe they're a veteran, or they're coming from PC, or they're coming from console and they want a PC account, something like that. I hope it goes to one of them. And the reason that is because I want them to, one, is get the rewards themselves on there, but two, like, understand, like, at that point, the grind has already been done on Bob. They can use Bob as their free-to-play, you know, grind, whatever, and then they can choose whether or not they put money on this account or whatever way they want to take that journey from there. But I want to make sure that all the characters are unlocked, all the events are unlocked, everything that we can do for this account. So when it is given away, that they're not just missing out on whatever is coming about, which is why we got the Noble, right? We're gonna get the Summer Rising ship for this account. We may, you know, hold on to this a good portion through 2026. It just really depends on where we get to, and when we decide to do the giveaway and stuff. And it might stay with us throughout the year. And then come 2027, you know, what are we at? About to be June in 2 weeks, right? So we're at halfway through the year. So it's not unreasonable for us to just hang on to Bob and make sure he gets fine-tuned and fully ready for elite TFOs, but at the same time collect other rewards for whoever ends up owning this account. It's not unreasonable to do that, but at the same time, I don't want to prolong something either that is basically like, you know, Bob's going to a new home, but I don't know. We'll see when that time gets closer, because I know we're not anywhere where we're supposed to be as far as doing elite TFOs. We're doing like easier elite TFOs, I should say, but we're not doing like our 100,000 plus DPS, right? So we're not doing that to the point of well, this guy's gonna be ready to be given away by July. I just don't see that happening. That's great. I love that. Yeah, and that's kind of my thoughts on that. And I think I'll do that with any other future accounts that we do stuff like this on. Is I'll make sure that whatever the case is, you know, whatever we're doing, any kind of challenges. I don't know about the dead elite ready account. Maybe we will, because it will have to be built for elite content. I'm just not really sure how that would work for doing daily events and stuff, because if my character dies during an event, I'm not really sure how that works. But yeah, we'll see.
Ship spotted at escape route Gamma. Get over there.
Either way, any accounts we make, I'll make sure that I get as much of that stuff done on them, no matter what recruit comes around, no matter what event comes around, because I don't want to give it away and then somebody be like, well, that's great, I got this new account and it has nothing on there, like, the hell am I supposed to do with it? And I'm like, you got a valid point. You know, that has different runs if you do a fed kit. It must be one of those factions, not a dim that is aligned with it. Yes, that is correct. And the Delta recruit for this account, I think I'm going to let y'all kind of vote on it when June hits. We are going to die, and you guys are going to get something else. I knew I was going to die right there. There you guys go. 1 through 5, if you don't know what it is, but there you go, real quick. 1 through 5, you have until the end of this TFO, which we're coming up on, to vote for. Damn it. I knew that was going to happen. I was like, anyways, yes. So I think I'm going to let you all vote for this account when that time comes, which is basically in like 2.5, 3 weeks, whenever they release a Delta Recruit event. I think they might do Ryza event and the Delta Recruit at the same time. I'd imagine that's how it's going to be. But yeah, we'll let you guys vote for it. And then when you all vote for it, I will probably do like a community post on YouTube, so I'll let you guys know when I put it up there, and then you can vote for the faction, the race, and everything for the Delta Recruit, the name, everything. Well, this will be a community made Delta Recruit for this account. It won't be just something that I do, because on my main account I already know what I'm rolling. I'm kind of torn though. I'm torn, and I want to know what your guys' thoughts are on this. We've grown kind of attached to Bob. Obviously, we've grown attached to Bob. I kind of want to remake Bob. I want to remake Bob as if he was a clone, right? Like, kind of like incorporate the whole like data situation or whatever, right? Like, I want to make him like a clone. So I'm thinking about rolling Bob again on my main account But since he can't be necessarily the Romulan aligned version, do we make him like an alien version of like a Starfleet officer and then give him pointed ears or something, right? Like, do we do that, or do we just remake another Romulan over there and do it? That's where I'm torn at. Or do we do just forego that and just stick with our joined trill that we're gonna make for it? Because I'm very curious on that one, because I want to make Bob on the main account, so when I let go of Bob over here, he'll still be on the main account. I'm going to make him look exactly the same, outfit and everything, as much as I can. So that's kind of like my thinking on that, is how do I go about doing that? Could Bob use a Brain Bridge officer? I think Bob's running all SROs. I don't know if a Brain Bridge officer would be beneficial or not to him. I'm pretty sure they're all SROs except for Tove and Kev. I think we did at least that much on him for sure.
That's everything.
I do remember the old Brain Bridge officers. I forgot, what are their traits?
Focus their next strikes.
Make your next two Neil and Bob. Well, I was also thinking about doing Bob and Jane as well. I was thinking about making another tune similar to Bob as Jane, as the female counterpart to Bob. Wow, I can talk. All right, I only have one vote for 4. Let me heal my injuries. Yeah, we got them all in the bank now. We're good. Okay. We only have one vote for 4, which I think is what is that one? Is that weighted squats? Or is that curls? I don't know what it is. I don't even remember what my own punishments are. Oh, they're 20 curls. That's it. Okay. 20 curls for that one. So we do have that. I did say by the end of the TFO, so I guess that one wins. So we got that one knocked out of the way. Okay, so we did get, how much gamma marks are we at now? We're at 304. For the warp core, we got to get to 500. 500, right? Is it 500? Let me check real quick before I do these. I don't want to forget. Where's the warp core at? Because we definitely want the warp core. I'm getting past this. No, I can't do the pass, guys. I can't because I did get APOC chimed in on that 4 before the TFO ended. I don't want to take that away. It's 750 marks for the freaking warp core. What? Oh, it's because I don't have the discount on it. That's right. I forget. I don't have the discount. Boo, bro. That's brutal. That is so brutal. Look at this. Oh, that's the wrong one. Look at that. When you don't have the discounts applied, it's 750. 750. Ugh. We have to. We don't have a choice. We got to farm. I mean, at least I got the dilithium taken care of and the energy credits, but that is... And the carapace is... it's okay. It's for a good reason. I need the slipstream cooldown and the speed and the turn rate and everything. I need that. All right, we got 4s across the board. We're gonna do it. A Romulan Delta engineer recruit. Romulan species named Romulan McRomulus. I like it. I dig it. Ronald Mc... God, I can't even speak. Swarm was good. I didn't die. Good on you, Doc Brook. I did. Good job. That jellyfish helped. That helped a lot, though. All right, we'll be back. I gotta get my weights. Hold on. Yo, guys. I'm not even joking right now. I broke the weight as I picked it up. Look at this concrete thing, this concrete block. I snapped it off of there. I got only one weight to curl with, which sucks. I can't. This thing, I've never done that before. I've never broken a weight by pulling it up. That sucks. So I have to do. I'll do them like this, so we don't have to change the screen. So that really bites. I can't believe I did that. That's fantastic. Ugh. I don't know. I don't know how I did that. Yeah, I'm blaming Bob. It's his fault. For sure. Well, that really bites. I'm not sure how I'm going to do weighted squats if I just broke my only other weight. JB Weld is definitely me. I've never snapped a weight like this. I mean, it's a concrete weight inside a rubber thing, right? Like, it's just a 20 pounds, 10 on each side, whatever. But, like, I've never snapped. I've never picked it up. You can see where the concrete is split. I've never done that. That's a... That's great. I must have just pulled it up like really fast. That's the only thing I could think of is I just pulled it up really quick. Superior chronic visor beam, superior cold dwelling, mental discipline, all ground, nothing special. I mean, we could definitely use. I mean, Bob could put it in for his ground crew. I don't see that being an issue at all, Nisharu. If you wanted to trade it to him, that's fine. I don't see that being an issue at all, because like I said, for space, they're all SROs. I had the old wider concrete and vinyl plates. The plastic cracks after a few years. Well, that's the thing. These aren't even old. Like, I mean, I don't know, but whether it's changed, humidity, plastic, whatever, it could be. Who knows? You just don't know your own strength. Look, I'm not a not strong person, but I'm not like a super strong person, right? Like, I'm fit, but I'm not a freaking like massive hulking person by any means. But like at the same time, like you're right. I guess I just didn't realize, like when I picked it up, I just went kook, and I was like, oh well, shit. And Bob used Vincent Kish duty officer doing the firing mode thing, rank 1, 2, or 3. Bob might actually have that duty officer or something to that effect. We did do. Well, we grabbed Neil Falconer emergency con from. No. No, these are all the ones that come with duty officer assignments. So no, he doesn't have any of them. Which is something we do. I think for again, for the integrity purposes, I think I want to build the duty officers the same kind of deal, actually either buy them or trade them in, whatever, because of the fact that, like, I think we're going to go simplistic. And by simplistic, I do mean like just getting the beam duty officers that give us like crit chance on firing a beam or something. Yeah, they're a little bit more expensive, but I think that's going to be the best way to do it. You were a trainer for years. You once had a freak of nature come in and bench that. What? Oh, bro. What is Bob's handle? I don't actually know the number at the end of his handle. I really don't. I know his app, but I don't know what the number is. There's a specific number at the end of it. How do you find that? Like, for those accounts that have the number, like my main account doesn't, so I don't ever know. But how do you find? Because if you send me something, right, you have to type in that whatever number at the end of his handle. But I don't even remember how to find it. I guess I could look at the launcher, right? The launcher tells me. Just kidding. It doesn't tell me. Holy crap! Why do I not know this? Help! Like this number right here, right? So you see how it says number 38864? Click on the ship and info. Is that what it is? I honestly did not even wait, what are you talking? Does it show? No, does it show up here? Does it show up in your edit record? No, it's got my profile. Where the heck is it? Try to compose something and it will show up. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I swear there should be a way to see this, right? There should be a way. I'm just gonna type something local. There we go. There it is. I'm gonna make this big. I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna make it big. I need to make the text bigger. I promise you guys. I don't really chat much on here, so that's how do you make the chat bigger? Guys, STO just works. There we go. Chat options. Let's look at the scale, the font scale. That's what I want. Apply. Make it bigger. There you go. If you want to add Bob, there's your chance to do it right there. You guys should be able to see that number. Your task are to ship with the shield bottom down. Info. Oh, there it is. Hey. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's stuff like that I don't ever think about. First off, because my main account does not have this number. It's just like Charbonnery right here, right? They don't have a number. My main account's that way too. So whenever somebody asks me my handle, I'm just like, oh yeah, it's this. But for some reason, Bob's account has a number. And that's exactly what it is. So it's 9279. And if y'all want to add it, you're more than welcome to, or whatever, or message it. But I would never think to look there. I would never think to look there because of the fact that I'm just like, why am I wanting to know what my number handle is, right? Like, honestly, why? It's like, it's just never a thing. I could definitely enter in chat for you all, but I was just leaving it on screen for for simplicity's sake. But here, you guys can Control C, Control V, and send. There you go. Oop, I got it. Numbers came with the art buyout. Oh. Yeah, see, that's why I said it's like I've never had to think about it before, and now I do, just only because of this account, or probably any future accounts I'm sure are going to be the same way. So you're absolutely right. But like your older accounts that you've had for a long time, if you had that @ handle, that's what it's going to be, and then you know you don't have a number at the end of it. So it's just kind of a weird thing that I never think to look for, and that's why it just like definitely threw me off. Which, good on y'all, you got me on that one, so that's good. It keeps me on my toes, but now we know. Thank you, Beardy Golf, I appreciate that. Now we know, again, if you do need it for whatever reason because you don't know your number, right click your ship icon. It's so much easier, and I didn't even think to do that because, again, it's just not something that crosses my mind. Good to know. Okay. All right. We gotta grind gamma, man. We do, and it sucks. But I'm on a cooldown for this. I guess I can do fast gamma marks. I could do a lot of crystalline catastrophe. Yeah, we're just gonna do crystalline. It's fast. It's fast and easy, and that's it. We're just gonna do crystalline and get our last 400 marks for that. What do we have? We have 400. How many marks do I need? Yeah, we gotta get 446 marks. And I think I might have. No, I don't know if I claimed the gamma or the crystalline event. So I don't know how we're gonna do this, because we gotta get the warp core. We gotta run the mission. Engines, Omega engines. Oh yeah, we have to do. Hold on, we need our Omega engines, right? Because I want the 100% recharge time reduction to slipstream drive, because I want to be able to slipstream all over the place. Now we could get the assimilated engines too, because of the what's it called, the warp speed deal. But I think I'm gonna go Omega. I think I'm gonna do that one. Either way, it's just for Tour of the Galaxy. That's it. This is the only reason why we're building this, because we have to make EC. We don't have a choice. We have to make EC. And this is going to be like our free-to-play route to do it. I'm going to slot Omega. I've already decided. That's going to cost me 1,000 Borg marks? Bruh. At least we can do tons of Borg TFOs. We have plenty of dilithium. Energy credits. Okay. It won't let me mail the brain pulled from my mail, and now it says cannot trade. Not sure if it will let me do a direct trade. I'm not up on the Tour of the Galaxy meta these days. Tour of the Galaxy consists of like 4 key components, and that's really all you need. You need the Gamma Warp Core. Any of the Borg reputation, the Omega reputation engines will work. It doesn't matter which way you go about. I like the Omega ones myself. I like the 100% reduction in slipstream drive, which lets me basically have it up every like 7 seconds or something like that. It's wildly ridiculous. So I like those ones. Then there's a console from the mission. I can't remember it because I'm bad with names. You all know this, but it's that mission with Tom Paris where you're flying through the rings and stuff. That console, you need the console from that one, and then you need like one other console, I think, and that's really all you need for Tour of the Galaxy. You really don't need a whole heck of a lot. You could add minor like plus or minus things here to make your travels that much faster, but if you're just looking to like knock out like the beta quadrant and get your 600,000 and be done with it, that's all you need. If they had the Protostar on account unlock, Tour of the Galaxy would be something. Yeah, if it was on account unlock. I mean, yeah, you can get it as a promotion ship for sure. But I don't know anybody who's going to do that just for... I mean, I guess if you have all the promo ships, that would be an okay enough reason, I suppose. I'm sure that will be in MUDs before the end of 2027. Yeah. It's possible. I admit, I get most of my EC from playing the market anymore. That's how I do it on my main account. I mean, like, one of the things I do on my main account, I have a couple of EC methods, but, like, on here, I'm going the most direct free-to-play route as possible, aside from, like, again, like, farming fleet marks and... Well, not farming fleet marks, fleet marks, and buying duty officers and reselling them, playing that market, because of the fact that I don't have a means of doing that on this character yet. Again, if we were using the Gamma Recruit, possibly, yeah, but since we aren't, I'm thinking Tour of the Galaxy is going to be our second best bet. The other thing would be taking the crafting materials that we get from like our elite runs that we're not going to use and selling them on the market for like, you know, 250,000, 300,000 EC. That's another option. But really, it's just that's kind of where we're at right here. The 10th bundle for modified warp core trade is not even worth it. No, a 10th bundle is definitely like your Space Barbie bundle, and I only have it on one of my accounts out of the 4 that I have. I literally have it for the fact that I just love the Constitution, and that's it. And like otherwise, like the Kelvin Connie and all that, but like there's no reason to have the 10th anniversary unless you really... None of the traits are like super meta traits anyways. I mean, like there's some really fun traits out of it, I guess, but like honestly, I feel like the 10th was just like the ultimate Space Barbie pack. And oh yeah, Admiralties, yeah, 100%. But that's it. It's like the ultimate Space Barbie pack, and for that reason, you know, take it at its value if you want it or not. You know, I did take Gamma on this one. Crap. That means that's only 50 marks. Yo, we're in a bit of a grind pickle now, because that, in order for us to get the Gamma marks that we need, it's either Swarm or Crystalline. Omega we can get through whatever. It's just Gamma's a nightmare to get stuff on. Or if we get Endeavor boxes like tomorrow, I guess we could get some more marks out of those. That's possible. But that's it. Like, we don't have anything else, and we're gonna start salvaging like everything even more. We got some salvage, but we're gonna have to re-roll items. This is wild. It's a wild amount. Have you done the daily patrol? No. Like, EC hasn't been a huge focus until now. Everything up until this point was just grinding for marks and stuff, right? Getting ready for whatever. And now is where we kind of shift our focus on, like, okay, we got the reputations up and we're getting the reputation gear. Now we need the additional stuff that comes along with it. Now we need the money. Now we need the dilithium. Now we need the Phoenix Prize stuff, right? So, like, everything's kind of shifted our focus into where we're at. Yeah, we could do that. Because that'll give us another 50, right, for the daily? Or is it 75? It's 75, okay. I knew it was like 50 or 75. But still. I don't know what my brain doesn't want a brain right now. Okay, let's do Argala. Let's keep it on. We can do advanced. We definitely cannot do elite. So it's a shame I'm not doing a starship, right? Is it just 30? If it's just 30, it might not be worth doing it. I don't ever run them for marks, so I just run them for salvage. Like, that's it. I don't even really pay attention to the marks because I knew they were relatively low. If it's only 30, it might not be worth it. Because I don't have, mind you, I don't have any kind of mark bonuses either. So I'm not going to get additional marks. If it's just 30, it won't be worth doing. Yeah, I know. I know it definitely covers that. That's actually in the video next week. Or this week's video. It's this week's video that it's in. I definitely covered doing patrols, but I covered patrols for XP salvage purposes and dilithium, not so much marks. But, you know, Noble's already leveled up, so there's no reason to actually go in there right now. I don't think, I mean, like, I guess if we need a filler, what's our swarm at? Because we can do swarm on normal now. What do we have on timer? Damn, we have 6 minutes. 15 actually. 30 is only the first bonus daily. Okay, so we have 6 minutes. I guess we'll just do, we'll just do a normal Argala. If it doesn't change based on the what's it called, then we'll just do a normal one just to knock it out. But if we only get 30, like, this is just a filler at the moment. There's nothing more for it other than to fill the time slot. Which, okay, fine. You know. And that's the thing. It's like when you're chasing something specifically in this game, if it doesn't have an a pouring way to get that resource, right? Like, if you can't just get Gamma more so than Swarm and like whatever event, it's a lot harder than it is to get like anything Omega or anything Dyson or anything, you know, Discovery, because there's like what 10 different TFOs for Discovery and stuff. But it's just like when you're hyper focused on one particular thing, it's not so easy, especially if you don't have the bonus, like not the bonus, but the discount. If you don't have the discount. Not sure if I wanted Vincent Kish or not. I'm gonna go ahead and pass on that one, Nasharo. Just simple fact, like I said, just for integrity purposes, I don't want to grab a duty officer that could be potentially helpful towards us that I don't actually like buy outright, you know. So I do appreciate that. Test your luck on randoms, might double dip. Yeah, I mean, like, I could probably do it with, I could probably do it in advanced TFO randoms. If I did it on elite, I think I'd be a detriment, which we could definitely do that. We could do the gamma battle zone, but I think the like, depending on what you do in the battle zone, they don't really award a lot. Like, it's just kind of like if you do the Undine zone or something, like one little section might give you like 18 marks and then another section, but if you do like all of them, I think you get a decent chunk, right? But we could do that. Yeah, I think we could probably double dip on doing random advanced TFOs, no problem. We definitely couldn't do it on a random elite TFO. We would be definitely praying to RNGesus at that point. Like, don't put us in a bad elite TFO where we're the detriment. Because I intentionally don't want to fail TFOs for other people. I feel like it wastes their time, and I don't want to do that to them. Now, yes, anybody can join a TFO at any point, and I get that, but I just don't want to be that person. I do risk it on some of them, yes, but for the most part, I try not to. So we can just, but I think if you do random advanced TFOs, you still get the double box reward, right? Like, you get the one from the actual mission, and then you get the choice marks at the end for advanced. So I mean, it still could be worth it. We could do it that way. I think we'll run one more swarm, and then we'll do an advanced, and then see where we're at, for time and everything. What about endeavor boxes if you save them up? Yeah, so I don't on Bob. I do on my main, but on Bob I don't, because we need like marks all the time. We needed marks all the time, right? But like, I think like, because like on my main accounts, right, they're all tier 6 anyway, so I don't really need to grab anything, if that makes sense, from the endeavor boxes. But like, you know, I usually pop them open during XP events or something to get the specialization points or whatever. But I think like right now, where Bob is at, he needs to open all of his endeavor boxes. He needs them for the marks. He needs them for, you know, the endeavor reroll tokens, especially if he gets some kind of endeavor he doesn't I either can't do or don't want to do. So it's kind of the only reason why I do that. I mean, y'all throwing out great suggestions, 100%. And again, like, anybody who is new to the game or wants some solid advice, like, you know, chat is giving out some good advice. You have to understand, a lot of these things that I am doing them for the reasons that this account is tied to such a lockdown. But if you are a new player and you're like, well, how do I do this? How do I get this? You know, chat's killing it right now, especially over here on YouTube. I you know, listen, hear them out. They got some good advice. You know, they're letting you know, like, if you want to get extra marks, or you want to do this, or you want to save up your endeavor, especially if you are, like, you know, further along in your game progress, right? Your tier 6 reputations. I'd stack your endeavor boxes. There's a lot of good reasons to do it, because one, you're not popping them open for just having whatever, right? But like, there's a lot of events and stuff that come around that you can kind of double dip on the rewards from your endeavor boxes. So get some Joran, bridge officers, and super soldier.
I'm taking you with me.
The Charlotte, you just been collecting stuff for quite some time, huh? I mean, like, good on you. I just having it all in your mailbox and stuff. The hell was that? Bob, the last thing I have that shouldn't break the rules. Yeah, I don't feel like anything like ground related really affects anything, because like Bob's already been at a ground point that he's good to go. Yeah, it's only 30 marks. That's it. It's 30. It's good, like, filler, right? It's just a good filler. But it's not anything.
Thank you for your assistance.
We got what, 500 dilithium and some marks. No, 1,000 dilithium. Sorry, 1,000 dilithium and some marks. So it helps in the already stacked department of dilithium that Bob's been building. But Gotcha. It took me a second to realize what was happening. All right, let's salvage all this stuff. Yeah. All right, that's all salvaged. I'm trying to think. All right, so we're gonna do another swarm. Because that should be the timer. That should be it. I need to change my binds on here too. Nope. Oh, we have 50 seconds. Okay, we got 50 seconds. Then we're gonna do swarm. I and 106 others broke the mill when they first changed the stories limit a long time ago. Got the title of the 107. I proudly display it. They wait. That was a title? I didn't know that was a title. That's awesome. Yeah, we can run whatever. It does not matter to me. Listen, I always say we either succeed together or we fail together. But either way, we're doing it together. It does not matter. Oh, that's a Vanguard recruit. Nice. Okay, team invite. If anybody else is on that wants in, let me know. If I don't have you on the friends list or whatever, if you want to, you don't have to. I'm gonna give you guys just a second, and then we'll queue up and I'm on Fed side. I know that. I mean, you can join as a KDF. We would just have to do it as a private queue, but easier on Fed side if you're all Feds, and then we can just jump right in. This is the new account, so we'll see. Hey, there you go. We're bringing in the newbies accounts. Yeah. Oh, we had triple test server coming back. It patches up tomorrow. For those of you who enjoy triple test server, I know I do. I cannot wait to copy over some characters and play around with some stuff. But that does come back. Well, the patching for it starts tomorrow. The account or the triple test server comes up on Friday. An all turret cannon scatter volley build. Nice. I love it. I love it. Is it a rainbow cannon scatter volley build, or is it just is it a themed build like disruptor, phaser, polaron, something like that? We got mail. A Bajoran TAC officer. Okay, so this is the ground abilities. Oh my goodness. We will take that. This is no harm, no foul. It is a ground. I don't even think I have room in my duty officers. I don't. But that's okay. They can sit there for right now. So everybody else is an SRO of some sort, except for him, because I need to get the token. 2 T6 Infinity test on Tribble. Yeah, that's why I said I'm excited for it to come back, because there's a couple ships I need to play around with in a testing environment that I can actually. Now, did we get confirmation or not? Have we found out, yes or no? Are we getting to spawn the enemies in ourselves on the map that we used to be able to do it in, or no? Because I know what's going to happen at DS9. Everybody knows what's going to happen at DS9, but like, do we get that option again? Because if so, that's gonna make DPS building ships and everything else, build videos, like so much easier than going into ISE 24/7. So whatever turrets I could scrounge up in twinkling lights this summer. Nice. Okay, we're gonna do an advanced. Let's do a swarm, and let's see the cannon scatter volley. You know what? We'll display it too. We don't really. I mean, like, we'll run our DPS parser from time to time, but we'll see how Eric's is doing with the cannon scatter volley, and we're curious to where Bob is at. I don't know where Bob is at right now in DPS. I mean, and it's not really testable in Swarm because there's so many pauses in between fights. So, but it's just it's a curiosity factor, right? Let's do window capture and bring up our live parser. Done. Oh, we need to move that window. It's like right in the middle of the screen. That would not be nice for y'all. Okay, we'll put this right here. All you guys need to see is those numbers anyways. I kind of like doing that. Okay. All right, so we got the combat parser. And then let me run my combat log. There we go. You got 20,000 favors on your main, but I don't want to part with those. Yeah, no, I hear you. Plus, that's a good profit to be made off of those, especially off season. But you know, people are going to be buying them up for the summer event with all the kits and everything. I think my main account's actually really low. I think I might have like maybe 2,000 total now. I've spent so many favors across different characters with different kits, different Rising kit frames and stuff like that. So I think he's pretty low. I'll be farming it this summer as much as I can. We're gonna be doing it on 2 accounts, so that's gonna be great. It's gonna be a whole different experience. God, man, Swarm is gonna take a minute to pop this time. Well, it is getting to be that kind of time of night, yeah. Yeah, that's why I say Swarm's not like the best to parse at all, and I definitely agree with you, because like one, it's like I said, I think if you're on one side of the map, I'm not going to see your numbers versus, you know, and I understand that 100%. I'm not really going to take this parse based off of Swarm. I'm just more or less kind of curious where Bob is at. But if you do find, if we make it through this Swarm and you want to do another random, and we can see what we get into on a random advanced, or if you're really super curious, we can just queue up a random ISE right now. Or I mean, a ISE, like not an elite, but we can do an advanced ISE and see where you're at. And just kidding, there is a Swarm right there. But I mean, if you're curious, just to see how it's doing. Well, I'm sure you run your own combat purse. Maybe you do. I don't know. Maybe you don't. I would be safe to say that Bob is easily pushing like 25k right now. At least 25. No, I think Bob was pushing 25k before last. He might be around 30k DPS. We're still a good portion off of that 70k or that 100k DPS, but I think we're about probably comfortably around 30,000 DPS, which, you know, that's fine. Squidly, what's going on? How are you? Joshua ISE, yes sir. You used to, not anymore. And the thing is like, I only run it when I'm testing builds more or less, or I'm curious in this factor. And I only run it just to make sure like that build is doing what I want it to do. I'm not really running it to like compete with anybody or whatever. I don't really care. But if I want to make sure like I'm performing where I need to be optimally in that like TFO or whatever, that's the only time I run it. Otherwise, it's never on stream when we're doing most stuff with Bob, right? Like it's just not a factor. But if, like in cases like this where I'm like, I wonder where Bob's at right now, I'll pull it up. But is it your birthday, Squidly? Yo, hey. If it's your birthday, happy birthday to you. Chat, if you are on YouTube, one of our oldest friends from Twitch, one of our top moderators on Twitch, Squidly, it is their birthday today. Will you please throw them a happy birthday in chat? It will come up on the screen, even though they are on Twitch. They will see it from the YouTube side of things. Squidly is very important to this channel. They've been around for years now. So happy birthday there, Squidly. Congratulations. Hope you had a good birthday. That is awesome. More stuff kept appearing as I empty stuff for the longest time. No idea how many mail items he had. You know, using the mail system, I mean, like, yeah, I remember back in the day we used to all kind of do it, but like, honestly, I don't remember last time we did that. Look at that. Yep, Bob's pushing 30k right now. That's what I thought, about 30k. He's literally pushing 30k. And that's about right. Oh my god, I'm gonna die though. There we go. We got a happy birthday there, and we got a death. And Squidly, here's a birthday present for you. You know the rules. If I die, vote what you what you want to what you want, and continue to throw in the birthdays. Happy birthdays. But ooh, I got rocked on that one. And yeah, in fact, you know what, chat, here's the deal. Squidly's birthday, Squidly gets to choose the punishment, and Squidly alone. That's it. It's Squidly's birthday present. That's the best I can give them right now. They chose number one. That's what it's gonna be. That is the only birthday present I can give from this end. That is what it is. So there we go. I will eat a hot jelly bean for Squidly's birthday. Now, question, Squidly, since it is your birthday and you got to choose the punishment, do you get to choose the jelly bean as well, or do I get to choose randomly? Because I will even extend you that offer for your birthday. You can either pick the hottest jelly bean or the mildest one, or I can pick a random one, and it might be the hottest one. I don't know. You let me pick a random one. All right, there it is. All right.
Well done.
Connor Man says happy birthday. I love it. Y'all are great. You all are really awesome. Squidly has been like I said, just super helpful. They were the original creators of, well, one of the original creators of our original channel icon, and then I recently updated it, gave it a little bit more of a background, but otherwise it's still the same. That came from Squidly. Been moderating on Twitch for us for, like I said, better part of 5 years or so. So yeah, it's been a minute, and Squidly's super chill. They've always just sat there and shot the shit like it is, and then, you know, just never gave anybody any grief or anything. So always just super cool. Was it 2023? Has it only been 3 years? Man, no way. No, because I took a break. Maybe it has been 3 years. Okay, 3 years. But still, either way, good people. Yeah, like I said, this map is the worst to parse on, no matter which way you go about it. Because, like, there's so much downtime. There's so many empty lanes. I'm like half-ass playing. I'm definitely faltering a lot over here. I'm not even sure. I'm gonna activate these satellites, or at least, you know, activate this satellite. Mashara says a handful. No. I don't think you were doing all that bad. I think it was just I wasn't close enough. I think you were up there with me for a minute there, weren't you? Oh yeah, you're even above me. I mean, like I said, I think it's just like you said. I think it's the range. I'm not even like getting everything. Let me see. Where are you at right now? Oh, okay. You're near me. You're in the Impreza? Nice. Now I can see, like, more or less. Oh, look at the turrets. I can see them. I can see them going off. That's great. I love it. Listen, we're gonna be fine. We're gonna be just fine. We're gonna do this TFO no problem. Is anybody at Gamma? Oh, nobody's at Gamma. I'm gonna go over Gamma. This is where it's gonna get a little janky, because oh no, somebody's over there now. Okay, I'll stay over here. I'm just kidding. I'll stay over here. I'll hug the middle between Bravo and Alpha, because nobody was at Gamma. I don't even need the parser to see that you're not killing them fast enough. Oh no. Hey, look, to be fair, Bob is doing okay. Like I said, he could push. He's okay enough for advanced, but he's not okay enough for elites by any means. It's okay. We got a long way to go. I didn't leave any room for missing campaign time. 3 a.m. reset. Ooh. Yeah, those are.
To escape route Beta. Protect the
I mean, like,
ships.
are you one of those that would set an alarm for 3 a.m. just to go and to slot it, or will you stay up till 3? I'm not knocking it. I know people that do that. I know for a fact that at one point in STO, I probably did do something similar where I was like hitting every timer, especially if you're one of those who like wants to hit the double end timer before the end of the day, if you know what I'm talking about, which is when they release an event. And that event ends on like March 17th at like 8 a.m. and you're like, okay, that's 8 a.m. Pacific time, you know, whatever. And I'm on this time zone. I got to, you know, set my alarm for this or whatever, right? Like, have y'all, how many of y'all ever done that? I mean, I'm guilty of it myself, but I don't really do it now at all. But, just kind of curious. How many of you I'll try to squeeze out those extra rewards on timers and stuff, whether it's campaign progress, event progress, Admiralty progress, like you finished the event, you don't have to chase timer now. Nice. Yeah, that's the, you know, that's the thing, is like if you do finish it, I guess it really doesn't matter, right? But if you're like trying to maximize the amount of rewards that you're trying to get, and like if you want to do that route, you definitely can. I'm just curious how many people actually like hit their alarm for 3 in the morning or something. For what is PC fail tower outage? That's a good way to think of it. I do get that. Because, like, you know, you can account for doing everything you can, kind of like we do here on stream, right? We account for streaming to 2 platforms. And how many streams have y'all heard me complain, which I'm, you know, thank God it's a Monday and we're dual streaming. But things that my ISP was doing that knocked us out of stream for 2 Mondays in a row. But look at us, we're still back. We're still fine. Fingers crossed. Don't you do it, whoever's listening out there. So yeah, you got to account for things that are out of your control. Absolutely. And you know, try and prepare as best you can. But you 20-hour no life to finish an event campaign once. That will never happen again. There was one. So I actually had one. Well, like I said, I didn't play all of 2025. I took 2025 off. I played in 2024, 2023, 2022, 2021. I'm trying to think. I played during the pandemic when that first popped off in 2020 because there was nothing else to do but play STO. So the first time I took a break, I think, was in like probably like 2018 or 2017. Then I came back to the game for a while. Then I took another break for a year, because, you know, it was just kind of nothing to do during that whole DECA transition and stuff. So I took the break then, and then I came back in 2026. Well, the event that I came back to in 2026, which was the start of the year for, I was off by a day. I was off by 1 day. It was the no-win scenario event. And I kid you not when I tell you that to squeeze out the points that I wanted to squeeze out, I literally pulled a double night on that one. I was like, screw it. I'll sleep when I'm dead. Just so I could finish the event without having to buy it out. I literally, that was back in January. So we're like, yeah, it was like January, February. So that was the most recent one I've actually pulled off, just so that I would not have to buy the event buyout. That's the only reason why. I literally started right on the, I think it was like the 13th or the 14th day situation or whatever. So I know what you mean, and I probably won't be doing that again, you know. But it's healthy to take breaks from this game. It really is. And I'm not saying like, I mean, like, if this is your one and only game, definitely play it. But it's good to, like, you know, have backup games and stuff, because like STO does become a little repetitive sometimes, and you are looking for things to do or find, you know, new ways to build and whatever. But like the only regrets I have about taking breaks is kind of like endeavor progress and stuff. Like, my endeavors aren't as high as they could be, or rather they should be on some accounts. On other accounts, like, all my space endeavors are done and it's fine, I don't care. But like some of my ground endeavors aren't done. So like my one of my accounts is like like I said, in the 700 and somethings, and then one of my PC accounts is at like 50 something. So I mean, it's like, that's the only bad thing about it, is when you take a break, you lose a lot of like your daily progress, and it can kind of bite you in the butt a little bit, but not really, because I feel like an Endeavor situation is about 25% of the build. The other 75% is like basically you, your knowledge, your piloting, your equipment, everything else. I would say Endeavors is maybe like 15% of a build, right? Yeah, you're missing significant, like, you know, things, but that's about it. You 20-hour, or sorry, I saw that one, Eric. Your interesting stats for the new Infinity Lockbox ship tomorrow. That's the question: is, are we going to get that one ourselves tomorrow? I will probably definitely do a review on it in the morning like I did with the Grawl, but depending on whether or not I chase for it is the question. We did get the Grawl gifted to us, to be fair, and I'm all about full disclosure, right? I'll tell you guys this is being full disclosure. So the person that gifted me the Grawl doesn't watch the channel anymore. The reason they don't watch the channel is I think they expected something that I realistically could not give them. Yeah, no jellyfish. Well, we were on advanced for sure, but yeah. It was one of those things where like they give you something and then they expect something in return, and I'm not going to go over what they expected in return. I'm just going to say like it just could not happen. And so they were like, well, we're not going to watch you anymore. And I'm like, oh, hey, listen, that's your choice. I did ask you if you were sure about giving me the ship, and you know, once you kind of part ways with it, that was kind of the end of it. So I am still thankful for them. I'm not going to trash talk them or whatever. That's not what I do. I'm just saying that is full transparency of how that event went down, and I hope to wherever they're at, they're doing good. So much fluff and Endeavors to cooldowns on every spec. Yeah, and that's the kind of stuff like I say like no, it wasn't feet picks. That's good though. I mean, if they wanted feet picks, I might be okay with that. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of weird. I don't understand that. I'm not knocking it. If that's, you know, that's your thing. If you like feet picks, cool. I don't understand it. To me, it's a foot. You walk on it. I don't understand it. But again, I'm not gonna knock anybody. You like what you like. Good on you. But you know, to each his own. And I owe Squidly a birthday jelly bean. And Squidly, let me know if you're here before I eat this random jelly bean, because I don't want to do it and then you're not here. This ship is not going to work for random advanced in this state. If you want to change out your ship before I queue up a random one, let me know, because I owe Squidly. Okay, they're here. All right. Well, this is for you, Squidly. All right, we're going to pick this out. This is your random birthday jelly bean. I'll mix it up a little bit, and then I get whatever this one is. What is this one? This looks like it looks like another red one. This one could be cayenne or sriracha again. Could be either one. I don't know for a fact. Here we go. Oh, that's hot. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, I might have grabbed the Carolina Reaper. Oh my god. I got tricked, chat. Oh, I got tricked. That's hot as shit. Oh, bro. No. That's a Carolina Reaper. Oh shit, that is hot. Oh, dude, that hit me so quick. Oh, that's spicy. Yo, that's hot. Oh my god, that burns my throat. All right, Eric's gonna switch his ship out. I'm gonna take a be right back. I'm not gonna lie, that kicked my butt. I'm gonna take a be right back and get me a drink. Good on y'all. Good job. Happy birthday, Squidly. We're gonna take a quick be right back.
Hi there, I'm Bob. Captain Spicy Pants is on Be Right Back. Although I am sure he will return. Just hang in there. He's probably milking you for watch hours right now. Is he back yet?
Okay, we're back. I said I wouldn't play the full Be Right Backs if I didn't take the full Be Right Back as far as the video was concerned. Dude, that was a good one. That got me. Good on you, Squidly. I still got that burn. That burn like crawls in the back of your throat and like it like hits your esophagus and you can just feel it. I still have that. But it woke me the hell up, that's for sure. It's good though. I like it. The burning essential is natural. Oh. Eric, I thought you were subscribed as well. Is that a delay on YouTube's end? I swear it's gotta be. You were here last week. No way. It's all right though. Either way, I appreciate it. But yeah, I thought you were here last week. I know you were hanging out with us. Oh well, I appreciate it though. You are changing your ship still, I believe. And how many marks are we at for Gamma? 184. Yeah. What do we got to get to? Because we got to burn every bit of our we got to burn every bit of these. Okay, that's not too bad. We're getting there. 488, 750. That's not too bad. What is that? Somebody math for me. The spiciness got to my brain. I don't want to math. Okay. Got it. So we need 294, 293. I don't know. Something to that effect. Invite you again. Got you. Yep. Team invite. Okay, let's go into a random. Put it on this so we can get double boxes. It is technically, yeah. It is, yeah. But I mean, at least this way, right here, we can get our potential other marks for something, whatever it is that we run, and then we can get the extra box from the random. So, but you are correct. We could just run 3 crystallines, but I kind of want to switch it up a little bit. only if you get the bonus, the first bonus. I think it's like 6, if not. I think they go 50 after that. If you get your daily bonus, is 100, and then after that, I think it's 50. I think that's what we hit. Is it 262? Hey, my brain, it got melted. Oh, we got a pupper dog coming over. Y'all can see her behind me. I see her. You gonna come say hi to everybody? You wanna come say hi to chat? Come here, babies. Wanna come say hi? Here, come over here to this side. We'll put on the pupper cam real quick. Okay, you're gonna say hi to everybody? Here's the workout / pupper cam. Okay, babies. You gotta sit up. You gotta sit up. You gotta sit up. There you go.
7 of 9.
Can you sit
In
right
this
there?
instance,
Yeah,
I
say
speak
hi,
for the
chat.
cooperative.
Look at you. There
Many
we are.
were
We got pupper
disconnected
cam
from the
right
collective
now.
when the Borg Queen was defeated
Yeah,
in the
hi,
hive.
babies.
She survived and downloaded herself into
Oh
this
yeah,
unit.
this one sucks.
Now she is compelling any vessels with disconnected
What
Borg to
you doing,
return
sleepy girl?
for
Huh? You
reassimilation.
sleepy girl?
You must upload
Yeah.
a virus to the disconnected
Hey.
Borg ships before they
I know,
reach these
babies.
towers.
All right.
If the ships
I'm gonna
reach
play
these
some more,
emitter
and then
points, the Borg Queen will
spend some
begin to
time after this,
reassimilate
okay?
them.
Okay.
The cooperative
All right,
will not
kiddo.
be able to assist in this endeavor.
All right.
The longer they stay, the greater the risk of reassimilation.
Oh wow, I'm sorry, kid. Yeah, this one's gonna be fun. Let's see which side are we going? We'll go. Where are you going? We got 2 up the middle, 1 left. I'll go right. Okay, there it is. This is one of those like longer TFOs that I just don't really care for. I don't even know if I activated that or not. The puppy dog. It always comes first. I give her attention, then I go, what was I doing? I'm gonna save this board. Save that. Long one, but I like disconnected. I mean, it's not bad. It's just, yeah, it's just the longer of the space Borg ones, but it's not terrible. It's not as bad as Riposte, you know, like Riposte is long and tedious just because of the fact that it's like takes forever on the timers of stuff. This one is long because of the fact that its objectives are longer, I guess. Like that's the only way I can think of it. Just the objectives are longer. But at least like it's entertaining and you can like blow up Borg to your heart's desire, I suppose. That's the thing too. I hope at some point, and I've been saying this for a couple of years, I don't know if anybody else feels this way, but I hope at some point we stop using the Borg as the big bad enemy all the freaking time for everything STO related. Like, is it me? Is it just enough Borg content in this game? Like, everything revolves around the Borg in one way or another. Yeah, the interrupts do suck whenever you're trying to rescue a ship and then you gotta kill something just to just to rescue the ship. But like, I'm a little bit tired of it. Like, I don't know. I want more. I don't know what I want more of. I want more like kind of like Suliban content, maybe, you know, from like Enterprise era stuff, or I don't know. Just want something different. That's all I want. I'm just being nitpicky at this point. Yeah, that's kind of what I feel like. I feel like there's a lot of Borg fatigue. Like, even with the newer, well, the season 35 stuff has all been Borg related, right? Granted, they're like super different Borg, but they're still Borg. Okay, can we rescue these, please? Thanks. There we go. Yeah, Breen would be great. Like any other faction, I think, other than just like, oh, here's the Borg. Here we go again for the 500th time in STO. Just when you think you got away from the VOD war. Now we're gonna have Von Borg. Or, you know, like they're gonna mix whatever species that the Borg is similar to. And I get it, because the Borg is essentially the big bad threat in Star Trek. They're the ones that, you know, basically zombify every species, takes it over, and now they're your big bads. But come on, there's a lot of bad guy factions out there that could just be like, let's focus on them for a little bit. Let's give them some attention. Let's take a break from the Borg. Get rid of this Borg crap that I see every year is the same. And I'm not knocking the developers or anything like that. They do a good job on them. Like, and nothing against them in that aspect. And I know that, you know, it's just, I want something else. Give me like original thoughts on like the TNG Ferengi before, you know, they made them comedic, like when they were supposed to be the main bad guys before the Borg took that spot, right? Like, give us a take on them. Let me see what the big bad Ferengi were supposed to be like before they became, you know, the Latinum comedic characters that they became. I don't know. We did have a bit of a story arc with the Iconians. You are correct. We did have a little bit of a good story arc with the Iconians, and that kind of bled through for a little bit, which was nice, and it still does from time to time, which is technically where we're at right now with like the Ethereans and stuff a little bit. But I still, I don't know. I just feel like we need something else. I completely disagree. We need more Borg. Give me a 20-episode story arc of purple and orange Borg. Which is funny, is because the Borg story arc, the actual linear story arc on this game for the Borg, is very short, which is weird to me. Now the Borg pop up like so many different places, but it's actually very short in terms of like the storyline in here. And I'm talking about like the base storyline, right? So maybe it's indoctrination, Neuralink incoming. Oh no, they're just prepping us for the next thing that's happening to us in real life. I mean, you know, Star Trek did pave the way for a bunch of stuff, right? You know, cell phones and everything else. So I'm just saying that you might be onto something. The day with Neuralink and everything, and we start like assimilating people, we can thank Star Trek for that. You know, it's not outside that realm of possibility. Hollywood is deep occult. I don't know about all that, but I do know that, I mean, you know,
I'm detecting something on an intercept course.
they definitely have a huge influence on the population one way or another, whether whether it's socially or technology or anything else. Like, it's kind of crazy to think about like stuff that movies come up with or TV shows, and then later on like real life mimics it somehow. You know, especially like I said, it's like the biggest known thing is, you know, the cell phone. But there's been tons of other examples over the years. It's just, I guess it all starts somewhere, right? It starts with an idea. So I guess it is fair to say, like, yeah, in some ways, like Hollywood could definitely be that responsible factor, because it starts with an idea. Somebody brings that idea to life, and then somebody goes, well, wait a second, I could create something like that. Somebody, you know, who's smart enough to actually build it, they do. And then they go, well, I got this from this movie or something, you know? So, you know,
Have a ship designed to fight Borg. Destroy it before it attacks the block.
ooh, let's go get the Alkalade. Oh no. No, no, no. Let's not get the accolade for dying. Let's go get the one for stopping the torpedo with our ship. I don't know if Bob has that one yet or not. I don't know if we've done this ever before on him, but I do know. Come here. Come here. Let me see it. I'm going to run right into it. Oh, he did have it. I guess we've done this before on Bob. But I didn't. Yeah, if you don't have that accolade, just go run into a torpedo. You get torpedo killer title, I think, or something like that. I guess I could have checked, huh? Dude, those prevailing engines like help with turn rate and everything so much. I saw this YouTube commercial for Star Trek Cruise. Jerry Ryan is the guest this year. Oh my goodness. I've heard a lot of things Star Trek related are like closing down. I mean, like I know there's a big thing going on with like rights and distribution, and I know there's a big thing happening with like the shows and everything, but I've heard like a lot of the stuff that somebody was saying something about like Star Trek The Experience or whatever, like that's not a thing anymore or something to that effect. I don't know. I don't know the full like everything on it, but I've heard a bunch of stuff, and I'm like there must be a lot of problems going on in the Star Trek department of things. Just like random things, I should say, not necessarily. But it's funny because the state of STO, which is backed by data, is doing better. I mean, it's not the best it's been by all means, but it is actually like picking up new players on the daily, and like somehow the game is doing better. But the show, I wonder if there's a correlation between that, because of where the state of like STO, or not STO, but Star Trek content is. I wonder if there's a correlation between STO doing better in terms of player base, because there really is no new content, so to speak, to consume. I mean, what, just Strange New Worlds, right? Like that's it, I think. Just Strange New Worlds season 4. Is that where we're at? But like otherwise, like I wonder if that has anything to do with it. Like people want their Star Trek, and the only way they can get their Star Trek is like STO for the most part. I could be wrong, but I think I feel like that's got to be part of it. Other than the fact that like Cryptic is doing better now since the whole like, you know, Deca giving them back the reins and everything. They are they've learned a lot. Dude, we're not gonna be able to save this one. I can't. I'm getting interrupted way too much. I'm trying. Oh god, man. Having no control resistance fights. Well, yep, we could not save it. I couldn't get out of it. Child. So I don't know how many of y'all own a dog or don't own a dog or whatever, or had a dog. This dog has taught herself how to get my attention. I didn't teach her this, but she if she wants my attention, she'll kind of bark at me, but not really. She'll just growl at me until I pay attention to her. And I don't know where she learned it from. I never taught her it. And I laugh about it. And I think that's how she picked up on it. Is she realized that I thought it was funny, and she just keeps doing it. So now she'll sit behind me until I pay attention to her, and she'll just kind of growl at me until I give her attention. And it's not like a mean growl or nothing. It's just a, hey, look at me. I'm afraid to shoot the board queen because I'm going to feedback pulse myself. I know it. I've done it so many times. Wish they would add the Argos for ground travel for the large ground maps. Hi, babies. What's the matter? Are you okay? Are you just messing with me? Is that what you're doing? I know you an old lady, but you just messing with me or what? You got about less than an hour, okay? Are you good? What ground maps? I mean, like, I'm trying to think what bigger ground maps. I mean, because there's a lot of like fast traveling items in the game already. I'm trying to think like which ones. No, I know what you're talking about. I know the vehicle you're talking about. What I'm saying is, like, which ground maps would you? I mean, I guess aside from maybe Nimbus, but like, I feel like there's enough ground items in the game right now to make you fast and go across all the maps relatively quick. What do we want? We want Task Force Omega. Sorry. I'm just trying to think which ones it would make sense to put that. It would be cool to have. It'd be like, almost be like a mount type situation like they do in Neverwinter, right? They give you mounts for your characters and stuff. It'd be kind of that same similar situation if they did that with STO. Let me open up this mark package thing. What do we get for marks? Oh yeah, see, that's nice right there. That's an easy choice. If we get 105 of those every time, we're gonna knock this out relatively quick. And we just take all this salvage. We need all the salvage we can get. Yeah, they got the cat charm. They got the personal transporter. They've got all kinds of different. I mean, like, you can, as attack officer, you can get ambush. There's a Borg TFO ground that when you died, it would start you from the beginning. Old TFO. Eric says, come down to the academy. Yeah, I can go do that. Soul system or space dock. We can go anywhere. We aren't worried about it. Because we are on the last hour stream, which is usually our downtime right now. But I am trying to get enough marks to at least get the Gamma Warp Core tonight. We don't have to do the Borg one, but I would like to get the Gamma Warp Core just so that we can start doing our daily Tour de Galaxy kind of deals, and we can get the Omega engines tomorrow. But it's a different turning point now. Yeah, Constable is 30%. That's what I mean. It's like, I'm just trying. I guess what I'm looking for is, while I understand, like, it would be very cool to have that in here, to have that little dune buggy. It'd be a lot of fun. I'm trying to think, where are you at? I think that's your diamond right here, right? Are you in here? No. You're 108 meters away. You're on the other side of the map. I thought that was you on the map. Anyways, I'm just trying to think which maps it would be like beneficial on, and how they would even make it work. I mean, like I said, they could do I guess they could do it similar to what they do on Neverwinter, is give you a ground mount system that would be coded the same way. But yeah, it would be neat to see. Unlock the Ryza hoverboard. Yep, there's that too. But that only works on Ryza for the most part. I love it. It's got very Doom vibes to it. Almost like kind of a mix between Doom and, like, in a way, Master Chief. But I dig it. I like it. I like that weapon too. Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. It was like Doom, 100%. Like, as soon as I saw it. It's slick. Did you want to run any more, Eric? If not, not a big deal. I just didn't know if you wanted to stick around and run some more. Read the bio. Let me see what the bio says. Oh my gosh, bro. That is a long ass bio. I'm gonna do the too long, didn't read it. But I mean, that is, you went detailed with this. All right, I'm gonna read this as a story, y'all. Here's story time, okay? And if I butcher anything, well, I'm not the writer of the story, so. It says, in the 24th century, in the Battle of Sector 001, when the Borg first invaded, one stood, burned by the plasma weapons, his soul scarred by the screams of assimilation. He chose the path of perpetual resistance. In his ravenous hatred, he found his peace. Or he found no peace. Sorry. With boiling blood, he scoured the transwarp conduits, seeking revenge against the Borg who had invaded. He wore the badge of the Omega Force, and those that tasted the bite of his shotgun named him the Borg Slayer. I love it. Cue the doom music. Tempered in the bowels of the cubes, his iron will remained steadfast through the assimilation halls that prey upon the weak, for he alone was the Unimatrix Walker, the unchained predator who sought retribution in all quadrants, hunting the drones with Does that say barbarous? Is that barbarous cruelty? Ah, okay, yeah, it does. Okay. Sorry, I'm like half-ass able to see what it is I'm reading here. Wielding the sword ripped from a dead Klingon devil, the Fakiri of Grethor answered his call. Resist and tear until it is done. I like it. I dig it. Very, very on point for the character. Very cool. It's a wordplay on the Slayer Testaments from Doom. I was a fan of Doom for the aspect of the gameplay. I'll be honest with you, I don't really know much of the lore aside from like bad guys bad and go down to hell and kill them all. Like, I love Doom as far as playing it is concerned. Not huge person on the lore of it, just because again, like, it just wasn't my lore thing, right? But again, this is very, very cool. I think Kira Plight is the huge ground map, and when you died, you would respawn at the beginning. Not sure if they fixed it. I think you're right. I think it still does that. I'm pretty sure it does, but it barely ever pops. Or it does to a certain point. I think there's a checkpoint now that it brings you up closer. Hey, but girl, what is wrong? What's the matter? You need to go potty. You? Oh my goodness. Well, chat, we're kind of in a predicament here. So this is the predicament. Okay. This one, I'm pretty sure she needs to go outside. And it's not simple as me just opening up the back door and letting her out. We are in an apartment building that's 2 floors up, and I have to take her out back. It's about a 10 to 15 minute deal. Now, here's the thing. It's 11:15. I think, for the sake of time and taking care of my puppy, which is most important, I think we're going to call the stream a little bit early tonight. And it's about 45 minutes early, I understand. But I don't want to leave y'all hanging here for 15 minutes. So what I'm thinking is we are going to call it here. And I will jump on a little bit earlier tomorrow. So we'll start at 7:30 tomorrow. All right. This is just for tomorrow's stream. So lock it in. I will put a premiere on YouTube for it for 7:30 p.m. for anybody who doesn't know. We'll start a little bit early to make up for this time, just to get some of the marks in. But we're going to call it here because I want to make sure my dog is good, right? And then, like I said, and it's the last hour stream anyways. I had a lot of fun with y'all tonight, and definitely got to hang out with some of you, so it was great. But we will pick this up tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard. And then we'll write it out until midnight, provided she's doing okay. All right. So, like I said, puppy comes first, and Squidly, happy birthday again. There's just so many of you here in chat on both Twitch and YouTube, and again, we got rated by Dark Mom, who I definitely appreciate, and everybody that came over from their stream, Nasharu, Don Brook, Eric, Epoch. I mean, like, there's so many of y'all that are joining, and thank you. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. So we will be back tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard. Let me go take care of her. Y'all have a good rest of your Monday night. I'll see you on tomorrow. Also, there might be a video tomorrow on the ship if the stats come out. I'll let you know, but don't stress it. Have a good night, everybody.